That's 689-305-2853.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. You know we've got 3 area locations, so no matter where you live, we're just a short drive away. And 3 locations means 3 times the cars. We've got the exact Kia you're looking for in stock and ready to roll. And you can drive home your new Kia today with interest rates as low as 0% for 72 months. We want to see you in a Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
Qualified applicants through KFA. 0 down, $1,388 per 1,000 borrowed for 72 months at 0% APR financing. Plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 4/5/25.
You wouldn't know it, but most financial advisors are put in a box. I'm Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I want to provide you a little insight about financial advisors. Most financial advisors have to sell what their company requires them to sell, and many advisors have to only adhere to what's called a suitability standard. A suitability standard is a limited standard of care, not requiring what's sold to be best, just suitable. Advisors with this loose standard often have limited investment and product selection. Trajan Wealth is held to a fiduciary standard, which is the highest standard of care in the advisory business. And that's just one of the many reasons we have billions of dollars under our care and attract clients from other advisors. Raise your standards today and call Trajan Wealth. 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hey, Russ Rollins here for Solar Source. What a great experience I've had with them. A couple years ago, they heated my pool with solar, and now I've been raving about this ever since. They installed a solar battery backup system, so when everyone else loses their power, there's power outages, my house is still running, which is awesome. And now Solar Source is about to take it to the next level for me. My entire home is going to be run off solar energy, which is going to save me so much money on my electric bill. It can do the same thing for you. If you're tired of high-cost energy bills, trust this company. It's Solar Source. It's a company you can trust. They've installed over 60,000 systems since 1984. It's Solar Source. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters. You'll love working with them, and make that switch today, because the future is solar powered with Solar Source. Great company, and you'll love working with them. Please tell them Russ Rollins sent you, because friends of Russ Rollins save more money at Solar Source. solarsource.com/monster.
To everyone who loves the taste of tradition, come enjoy a classic Wisconsin fish fry at Culver's.
I'm Genesis from Culver's in Claremont, Florida. And here, family fish fry is a part of who we are. We've been serving up fish fry favorites for over 40 years, all thanks to the Culver family roots and Wisconsin Supper Clubs, the place where the fish fry was perfected. If you're craving something crispy on the outside and flaky on the inside, you've got to try our hand-battered North Atlantic cod. It's perfectly seasoned and my personal favorite. Or, if you're in the mood for a little extra crunch, our lightly breaded butterfly jumbo shrimp hits the spot every time. Whatever you order, I promise it will be made with love by a team who cares, because we want every guest to feel like family. That's just how we do it in Wisconsin. Dive into delicious with all your fish fry favorites at Culver's. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is giving away 2 2025 Mercedes-Benz E-Class sedans every Tuesday in March. Earn entries while playing slots and table games March 1st through March 25th. Earn 3 times entries Mondays in March. Plus, receive 1 free entry on each drawing day just by inserting your Unity by Hard Rock card into any slot machine. Not a Unity by Hard Rock member? Sign up today. You'll get a limited edition t-shirt and up to $200 on us. Don't miss the chance to win a 2025 Mercedes-Benz E-Class sedan. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
1 in 4 women and 1 in 9 men experience domestic or sexual violence in their lifetime. But you can help make a difference. Join the No More Week Challenge, a virtual walk-run to raise awareness and funds to support survivors of abuse. You can complete it anywhere, anytime this March. Whether it's 1 mile or 20, every step you take will help more survivors get access to life-saving resources like counseling, legal aid, and other support services. Sign up today at nomore.org/challenge. Together, let's go the distance for survivors.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Thursday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every single day. And we do have a good program for you this afternoon. We'll get you caught up on what's happening in the world. Deb does it around 3:20 with JCS News. 4 o'clock hour stacked up. Date night done right. Danny Meyering drops by from Orlando Date Night Guide. Colbert Court, we're going to go over some of the new legislation that could affect your car insurance issues.
Oh, great.
And you want to pay attention to that. Apparently, I got a text from Glenn today, and it's like a mile long, and he never does that. So, again, that'll be good today around 4:20. 5 o'clock hour, it's trivia. Tickets to Orlando City versus DC United, or to go see Glass Animals. We ended up with, you heard it here first, your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the show. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely, very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
407-916-1041. That is how you call us. You can easily text us your ideas or thoughts. 77031. Just send it right to that number. We'll get it on our screen right here. We read them all. We do not respond to everyone. Although, if you get at me, I feverishly respond.
Yeah, you do. We can hear the clickety-clack in the background.
You can find us on social media, Instagram and Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On X, just at Jim Colbert Show, and all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can check us out on YouTube. Give us a like and subscribe while you're there. You can send us a talkback using the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio, see that microphone, use that to send your comment over to Jack, and we'll get you on the air. Radio Superstardom.
Superstar.
Literally is just a quick little recording away.
After you make us your number one preset.
That's right. Hopefully we'll hear from T-Back today.
Please.
Conversely, being canceled is only one talkback away.
Yeah, you're right.
That's true. That's true.
1,000% true.
But back to
Own
that.
your words.
We, very important there. But yeah, we do hope to hear from T-Bag today. We never got the crack of the beer and what we were celebrating yesterday.
What am I supposed to do without that? That's what I want to know. What am I supposed to do without that? Without that beer sound effect, I could literally feel the fizzle in my nose.
Good.
How you guys doing today? Everybody good?
That was
sorry, you got me in mid burp, Jack. My bad. Burping up them those chicken fingers from Elixir.
So you got something different. We ate from Elixir today because I'm doing the pregame party this Saturday. They're starting at 5. Big Orlando City match, so we'll be hanging out a little earlier, and I got some cool prizes. We can tell you more about that later, but we ate today, and I discovered this when David first went to Taco Tuesday, their grilled shrimp taco. I think Deb had one yesterday.
Love those things.
It's one of my favorites. But yesterday was all about wings, so I went taco today. You did something different.
He did something
chicken
very...
fingers. What?
What are you laughing?
Was that for you or your kids?
Say thank you.
What?
That's right up there with chicken nuggies.
Yeah.
I don't want
chicken fingers.
I don't want any bones.
What's it supposed? What am I supposed to say? Chicken strips? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
It's chicken fingers.
It's just funny.
Is that what adults eat?
Listen,
Wait a minute. The guy who eats peanut butter and jelly
is calling him out.
Cannot throw shade.
Yeah, I can. That's a staple.
They were not. Listen, I can defend myself because they were not dinosaur shaped.
Okay.
So therefore, I'm fine.
Oh,
Total adult move.
That's a bummer, man.
No dinosaur
you know what?
shape.
I've had the chicken strips at Elixir, and they're pretty good.
Dude, that portion's ridiculous.
Let me tell you
Why would they give you so much?
And don't sleep on their fish and chips too.
Yeah.
And they travel well, which is not always an easy thing to do. With fried fish.
I'm saving that for tomorrow because it's Lent.
Oh, thank you, Jack. You just reminded me. I've been so bad about that this year.
Yeah, me too.
What? Why did that make you mad?
No, I'm not. No one's mad.
I think he's realizing I'm full of it.
No one's mad.
No, you're not.
What I'm saying is that I thought you were supposed to be already doing that.
You are, starting on Lent. Ash Wednesday.
Okay, so you're supposed to already not be eating meat, right?
On Ash Wednesday, Fridays, and is it Sundays as well, Jack?
For 2 months?
No.
For 40 days.
No. It's Ash Wednesday, then it's every Friday.
Right.
Until Lent.
Until Lent.
Until
Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you guys have already broken all those rules, right?
Let's see. I did on Ash Wednesday, unfortunately. I forgot
you did
about
it on the very day. I like okay.
I stopped remembering what I eat, so
yeah.
I don't know.
Very nice. So you're not supposed to have meat, only fish, right?
Yes, on Fridays, because Jesus was the fisher of men.
Got that.
Or it was a failing fish market in Rome, and they were trying to find a way to prop up that industry, so they came up with this.
Just like Valentine's Day is all about the flowers and chocolate, Jack.
Jack's getting Jesus and Costco marketing mixed up, which happens.
3:05, already out the gate.
I don't
Come
remember
on now.
Jesus saying anything about not eating meat on Friday. I think that was an afterthought.
Oh, that was a church thing.
Jesus said, "I'll have a medium rare if you don't mind." But so you can have
because it's considered, I mean, it's for a lot of people, they might want to have a steak on a Friday.
Right. But Lent is when you give something up.
Correct.
Yes.
And that doesn't happen. That hasn't happened yet.
No, again, that happens on Ash Wednesday.
Okay, so you're already supposed to be giving something up.
Correct.
What did you guys do?
Well, I actually, one of the most poignant things I ever did one year was instead of giving something up, I decided to do something nice for other people every day.
Okay.
So at the place I was working at, I told Jack this story. I had sent out an email saying,
"Is Jesus cool with this bait and switch that you're doing?"
He is actually.
He's
Okay, very good.
very much
Okay,
so.
I just needed Jack.
I was surprised at the level of response.
Okay.
But I sent an email out to my coworkers. This is when I worked at a different station, and said, "Listen, it's Lent.
Okay.
And instead of giving something up, I've decided to do something for someone else every day. So if you have an issue, a family member who could use a prayer, if you could use a prayer, please let me know, and everything will be kept in the strictest of confidence. And you would not believe the people that emailed me, coworkers,
Like a prayer request thing?
with some serious, some deep stuff that was going on in their life when they really took advantage of that prayer request. I was shocked.
And I wanted to help Deb. So what I'm doing for Lent is something nice, is helping Deb achieve her goal. So I sent her a prayer request
Right.
for her to pray for Jimmy to have a bigger penis. So she would have to actually pray that and visualize it.
Well, here's the thing.
You're welcome.
I actually, and oddly,
I'm not rubbing that lamp.
And oddly,
you can get your own Aladdin.
and oddly, I'm on the same trail as Jack. I also decided to do something nice for people.
Did you really?
During this, yes. I'm going to eat everyone's meat and chicken. That way they don't have to, and they don't have to call their religion and or their faith into question. I will gladly take care of all that beef and poultry just for them. See?
That was a Friends episode. But yeah, thank you.
Is
That's
it really?
so...
I never saw an episode of Friends. Well, no, that's not true. I did see some episodes of
I was
Friends.
going to say,
my wife
is a crazy fan.
Crazy.
I can't imagine.
Matter of fact, kind of one of the first things we ever did together was watch Friends.
Really?
Yeah. She had that. You ready for me to? She had the CD set.
Yeah.
Or the DVD set or whatever yeah.
Did you pretend to pay attention as you were just really contemplating when you were going to make your move?
When am I going to tap that? That's why he doesn't remember.
Oh my God!
This was after the look. This is post tapped.
Yeah. I hope Deb's prayers have worked.
This is post tap.
That's why you watched it. You're like, well, I got to pretend now.
You have to call my wife and see if the prayer worked. Yeah, back in the day, people, you would stick this disc into a machine that would show you stuff.
My only hope is that Deb prays audibly, out loud.
You're not supposed to do that.
And
you're not supposed to do that.
You're not supposed to make a scene.
You're not supposed to show
Yeah,
pray.
right. But if her fiance accidentally overheard her praying for Jim to have a bigger wee wee,
Oh, could you believe that? That'd be terrible, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Come on, Aladdin.
Yeah.
Come on, Aladdin.
Yeah.
3 wishes.
I'd be changing religions about then.
3 wishes. Can I tell you, there's probably one out there where that's viable. I'm going to be honest with you. That's the sketchiest part of the world. Like, organized religions for what?
You're right.
What? All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. We do have some things we didn't get to yesterday that we'll get to today. That is the Social Security recipients now have to verify their identity in person, and which is going to be a bit of a challenge for some people, man, because some of the people who obviously receive Social Security benefits, it's very difficult to move those guys around.
What if they're in a nursing home?
Yeah, I mean, that's,
Right.
I mean, I don't know how. Seriously though, how are they going to do that?
I don't know, because if you live in a rural area, if you have mobility issues, if transportation is what if you live hours away from a Social Security office?
Are they going to have like a task force maybe for these, for certain severe situations where they can do like house calls to verify the identity of the ones that are kind of infirm?
That sounds like that
Yeah.
requires hiring, and we're busy firing.
Yeah, no. I think that would be the short answer there.
Most expensive cities to rent here in Central Florida. Never got to that yesterday. I'll
Oh,
tell
I
you what
still
that
wanna
is.
hear that.
And remember, both of the, the most expensive and least expensive are all in the same county.
Yeah, and it's not the county you said that we would think of.
No. Because I would think that most people would think it's in Orange County, and
Right.
it is definitely not in Orange County.
Okay.
The DMV is on one this week. I don't know. Have you seen some of the latest stuff that we have to talk about today?
Oh,
The hit and run thing.
the tags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want 2 tags like Euros now.
Right. Well, up north, we always had
Yeah,
2 tags.
I grew up in Jersey. We had 2 tags.
No way, really?
Yeah. always.
21 states have it.
Yeah, I
No idea at all. I never even did a least bit of research on this today because I was like, what clown show is this going to be?
No, this was crazy to move down to Florida and only need 1 license plate.
I was surprised as well
Yeah.
when I
So
moved down.
Is it the same exact one that's on the
Same
front
exact
of it?
plate.
It's not one of the Euro ones that's kind of cool,
No.
like James Bond?
No, it's
Well,
just-
who the hell wants to do it then?
You just have 2 of the same plate, but one goes in the front.
Right.
And that's why if you buy what I found for my first new car I bought, it has the frame for the front, but it was like in the trunk.
Okay, I was
Like,
wondering.
it's not on the car itself.
Really?
Yeah.
That's bizarre. So you did that in Jersey, and then they did it in Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we said,
Damn.
it was weird for us to move down here and go, you only need 1 license plate?
Yeah, just about half the states have that,
But is
where
it-
you're required to have 2 tags on your vehicle.
Yep.
Same identical license plate, 1 front, 1 in the back.
That's so bizarre, man.
New
That
York
is
has it as well.
So crazy. So is it an extra cost because of the materials involved?
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, someone pays it, but it's, I don't know. You pay for your registration, what they charge extra. Let's see. I just paid my registration a week ago because
Okay.
my birthday's coming up, and you get that annual bill.
oh, wow. Thank you for reminding me.
And the it says I need a new tag because I guess I've had this one long enough where they're going to replace the tag. So it was about $15 more than the usual cost.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's not
yeah,
that bad, though.
that's what happened to me, too. I had to get a whole new tag, a whole new design on it and everything, whole new number.
Wow.
You get a new number, but they give you 4 choices of the ones I like. The what do you call it? The free ones.
Okay.
Meaning they don't upcharge you for like the specialty plates.
Exactly, like a Tampa Bay Bucks
Yeah,
or whatever.
but there are 4 different state of Florida plates. One says "In God We Trust."
Right. Yeah.
The other one has
Is
like
the
I think
state?
the state website
Like
on
the
it.
Endless Summer one or something.
Yeah. Well, no, Endless Summer would be.
It's a cost.
Yeah, that's one of the specialty plates.
Yeah, like I
all
have
these are
Conserve
the
Wildlife.
These are all the green and orange with the orange logo.
Got it.
in
Yeah,
there.
yeah. All right, cool. Well, I didn't know that. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
Another thing with the DMV is down in South Florida, somebody come up with a really interesting idea. And I wonder how long it's going to take them to shut that down. We're going to go over where the U.S. ranks in the happiness poll globally. There's one country that's pretty much got that thing on lock, but there is some interesting news for the U.S. Worst cities for allergies a little bit later. Plus, a Florida man pulls a gun. I'll tell you why. It's absolutely delicious. It is a hot brownie with ice cream on top of a story for Florida.
Oh, way
An
to come through,
An
Florida.
absolute cavity-inducing stupidity is what it is.
Yum, yum.
All right. Plus, Camping World Stadium is actually throwing their hat in the ring to get the Jags games. And I think they only have one competitor, which is, I think, University of Florida, which is a little bit closer, I believe. But I think we have I think we are suited better for that as well. What do you have for us for news, Dan?
Well, we're going to talk about education advocates are speaking out on the dismantling of the education department. A technician claims safety issues on an amusement ride where a teen died. And a sequel to a beloved Pixar animated film is in production. We'll tell you which film that is and more coming up next during JCS News.
You know what I love? I love the fact that you guys can rag my balls about saying chicken fingers, but she over there, like a 4-year-old at the Disney gates for the first time, about a sequel to a Disney movie. Perfectly cool. Nobody says a word.
You know what?
Jack sits tight-lipped while you do that.
Because that's on brand for Deb.
Thank
And
you.
eating bad food isn't for me.
Okay, chicken fingers.
Okay.
By the way, it's 3 wishes, or 3 inches, not 3 wishes.
Yeah, it's nuggies, by the way. It's not strips.
Oh,
All right.
nuggies.
All right, 77031. That's how you text us. Stick a little break. Back in a sec with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hoping your ride right now in Orlando is a safe one. There are delays you should know about, including the Turnpike northbound approaching the US 192 exit. A shoulder is blocked, as well as southbound approaching exit 272, the Colonial Drive Oakland Exchange exit. A shoulder is blocked. You're going to feel those delays there, as well as a Colonial Drive, both east and westbound at Chuliota. The traffic lights are not working there. Thankfully, right now, no major issues reported on the 408 or the Greenway. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Shoe Station.
Shoe Station is now open at Lake Andrew and Vieira. Experience shoe shopping like never before with all the brands you love, like Brooks, Birkenstock, Cole Haan, New Balance, Skechers, and more. Visit Shoe Station, now open at the shops at Lake Andrew.
Hey, everybody, make the most of your spring by visiting the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, the only place where you can meet an astronaut, touch a moon rock, stand nose to nose with the real Space Shuttle Atlantis, and so much more. This is literally one of the coolest places in all of Central Florida. We have such a great relationship with them. And why? Because there's so much fun stuff to do over there. Take all your kids over. Enjoy all the new stuff from NASA and the old stuff from NASA. Really telling the entire story of space exploration right there. And it's all hands-on. It's so much fun. And again, if you haven't been over, this is the time to do it. They roll out so much cool stuff for spring. It's the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. It is a must-see attraction year after year. Grab your tickets now and get all the info you need at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
Core Flooring Center in Winter Park is the go-to destination for flooring. Visit coreflooringfl.com.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit CrushYard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Brought to you by the Capital One Venture X card. As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to bring you closer to the athletes you love. Literally, with premium travel benefits from the Capital One Venture X card. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when booking on Capital One Travel and access to airport lounges worldwide. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes them different. Their vans are fully stocked, so when you call, their fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, they have you covered right when you need it most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door today or visit them online at PrecisionGarageDoor.com. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
Hey guys, it's Eliza. Get ready for me.
Eliza, the Get Ready Tour.
You know when you're eating and you take like one extra bite too much and you can feel yourself gain weight because your bra gets tight? I call it the thickening. Marriage is every morning for the rest of your life, waking up next to someone and having to hear a full report of how that person slept.
March 30th, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. For tickets, go to hardrocktampa.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Mom and Dad seemed different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 35% off. Plus, kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit MSCCruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Did you know that 40% of adults can't explain what a tax deduction is?
I can't either.
Well, we're here to help. I'm Leah Palmieri.
And I'm Matt Stillo.
And this season on Grown Up Stuff, we're making taxes way less scary.
There's no other time in life where you're like, am I going to get back $4,000 or am I going to owe $10,000? It's like the crappiest casino.
Listen to Grown Up Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Grown Up Stuff and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Why don't you join the group? It's better than being a party poop.
What it do, Colbert crew?
Do it.
You know who? Your favorite tea bag in Melbourne. Sorry, I forgot yesterday. I had a long day at work.
That's okay, buddy.
Anyways, today we raise a beer to Won't You Be My Neighbor Day in honor of the classic Fred Rogers. It's his birthday today, rest his soul. Be nice to everybody. Just live life. Have a good show, y'all.
Thanks, brother.
Oh, that was great.
Also, I don't know what's going on, but in Melbourne, Wickham Road from like Pineda past Coast, going south, all backed up.
Did he get hammered between those?
Hey, Dad, please pray for me to win the lottery tonight, and we will split it 50-50.
You got it, dude. Oh, that's not a good prayer, though.
What? That's the best prayer.
You're
Are you
praying
kidding?
for someone else to win.
Oh, yeah.
Look at you guys.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. And then I pray for him to forget.
No.
And then say that
Come
he
on.
went 80-20 split.
Yesterday, we learned that 84% of the audience has bought potato chips this year. We also learned 16% have decided to pay their rent and have a full tank of gas.
Very nice.
I like the idea they take our survey results from the day before and then extrapolate new information from it.
I love that.
Do your thing, people.
It's a good bit.
I think we have a question of the day today as well, right?
Yeah, it's going up right now. And,
Yeah.
and this is
It's very simple. Very simple.
Yeah, I like it.
Are you happy?
All right.
That's simple because we rank somewhere on the happiness scale globally, and I'll tell you what that is a little bit later, but I want to find out if you're happy. And like right now in your life, when you wake up every day, you're like, man, another day of life.
All right.
Are you happy? We'll do that a little bit later
I was
as
going
well.
to say, if you keep talking, I'm not going to be happy.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. Jack is right over there, and Deb has your news, which is cleverly timed out.
It's time for JCS News.
Wow, does this guy got to put his name on everything?
It's in my contract, dude.
Here's the news on the Jim Colbert Show.
And JCS News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Education advocates are speaking out as President Trump is expected to sign an executive order shutting down the Department of Education. Frederick Ingram with the American Federation of Teachers says the president has given no indication of what this really means.
We have heard no plan moving forward from President Trump nor his administration about what education should look like, what we're going to do, and the role that the federal government plays.
He says the group will sue if Congress approves of dismantling the department. It sends billions of dollars a year to schools for its most vulnerable students and oversees $1.6 trillion in federal student loans. The Education Department was first established under President Carter in 1979. Florida's House State Affairs Committee has approved a constitutional amendment that, if approved by voters, would create a commissioner of government efficiency. Orlando Representative Anna Escamani has reservations about Florida getting its own DOGE.
DOGE, as it currently stands, has been a train wreck. And you look at the federal government with what Elon Musk has done in firing civil servants for no reason.
Sponsor Tyler Sobroy promises Florida would be different from the federal DOGE because the state has, or is near, the lowest state workforce per capita in the nation. So the government efficiency effort would be, quote, more of a scalpel instead of a sledgehammer, end quote. All right, a local lawmaker is behind an effort that could lead to President Trump to establish his library here in Florida. Sanford Republican Jason Brodeur sponsored the bill that passed the state Senate yesterday. Senate Bill 118 makes it illegal for local governments to restrict the establishment of presidential libraries.
Has that been an issue?
No.
Oh, I didn't know. I truthfully was asking the question. I didn't know.
No.
I didn't know if county's been putting up a fight not to have it there or something. I hadn't heard that.
But I guess to stop it,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know.
Brodeur says there's a high likelihood Trump will select Florida to be the site of his library, and we should roll out the welcome mat for this historic landmark. Orlando Democrat Carlos Guillermo Smith was one of just 3 senators to vote against the bill. Still up in Tallahassee, I think this is really, really cool. Next Tuesday,
Okay.
Florida will become the 27th state to recognize the famed Tuskegee Airmen with a state holiday.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, yeah.
A formal ceremony will take place here in Orlando. Last year, Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill into law designating the 4th Thursday in March as Tuskegee Airmen Commemoration Day. The Tuskegee Airmen were the 15,000 black pilots and service members of the segregated Army who fought in World War II.
Wow, cool. Really going counter to the federal government on this one.
Yeah, with the code
very cool.
talkers.
Yeah,
They are busy scrubbing the.
Well, a lot of those are mistakes that they reinstate, but I know what you're saying. It gets news, but then they reinstate the the Jackie Robinson thing was taken down on accident. I guess they put it back up 20 hours
but
later
a lot
or something.
of stuff because again, so really the story is again acting too swiftly, making these giant decisions instead of actually looking at what we're doing.
I was talking about somebody about that yesterday. I'm like, why not just take your time and do it right instead of just wiping everything out and then going back? But
Because we were talking about the code talkers,
Yes.
the 33 Native American tribes.
The Navajo?
The Navajo, yeah. There were other tribes that worked with them, though, but the code talkers who helped, win World War II.
Right. That little thing.
Yeah,
Because they couldn't decrypt it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly why they did it, right?
They couldn't decipher it. All right, you may have noticed the wind. Man, I felt bad for anybody driving a high-profile vehicle today, a box truck, a semi-trailer. Holy cow.
It's blustery out there.
It is a little blustery.
Tesla. Those are pretty high profile lately.
There's an elevated risk of fire today in Central Florida. The National Weather Service has issued a red flag warning for Orange, Seminole, Osceola, Lake, Volusia, and Brevard counties. It'll be in effect until 8 o'clock tonight. The National Weather Service says low relative humidity and gusty winds could cause fires to spread really, really quick. Outdoor burning is not recommended.
Yeah. Bad news out there for doing that. You don't want to do that for sure.
Do you know how many inches of rain we're behind so far?
No, but I know it's got to be a lot. We really haven't had much rain this spring.
We haven't, and they're saying we're going to have an even drier than normal spring.
Wow.
We're 11 inches rain deficit as we sit right now.
serious?
Parts of Lake County, like my parts of Lake County, your part of Lake County, already under a severe drought.
Damn.
And it's the first day of spring.
Wow.
All right, and this is why the fire danger is so bad. An 18-mile stretch of US 1 is closed today amid firefighting efforts. A brush fire burning in southern Miami-Dade County has forced authorities to shut down the highway in both directions between Florida City and Key Largo.
Goodness.
It's not clear when it will reopen, but a fire weather warning is in effect until 8 o'clock tonight. The blaze has scorched over 14,000 acres and still only 20% contained. It's in the Everglades. That's also hampering firefighting efforts.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's plenty of other roads if people are stuck in the Keys and they want to come home, right?
Absolutely.
There's that
So
one
many.
There's that one that goes to Galveston.
The Keanu, which goes to the west coast of Florida.
The Cunnel.
The Cunnel.
Well, it feels bad saying that.
It does. I almost felt like I should dump
That's
myself.
why I go Keanu.
There you go. Brilliance right there. All right, a maintenance technician claims there were safety issues on an amusement park ride where a 14-year-old died in 2022. Austin Campbell Alexander has filed a state whistleblower lawsuit alleging he raised safety concerns with the Orlando Freefall ride at Icon Park, but his concerns were ignored. Said he took him to his supervisor as well as the owner of the ride. He claims the ride sensors were modified to allow riders whose weight and height were outside safety limits. He also alleges seats did not secure properly because of overheated cylinders, and the ride structure had cracks in its joints. Campbell Alexander says he was fired for raising those concerns about these safety risks after the family had settled with the ride owners. While the ride operators reject these claims and say his allegations conflict with information he provided immediately after the incident.
Right.
I read this yesterday as well. He said that he was asked to backfill maintenance logs after the accident had occurred.
Oh, no.
That's one of the things he alleges in his lawsuit.
That is a terrible look if true.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Monday will mark 3 years since 14-year-old Tyree Sampson fell to his death while riding the free fall ride. He was here from Missouri for spring break. His parents were awarded $310 million after a jury decided Tyree's death was the result of blatant negligence and a failure to prioritize safety over profits. All right, if you see this next person, tell her I'm looking for. We're going to have a little chat.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
A woman is facing charges after a dead dog was found in a restroom at Orlando International Airport.
This is a horrifying story.
Orlando police announced yesterday Lake County deputies arrested Allison Lawrence on Tuesday in Claremont for aggravated animal cruelty. The OPD says an MCO employee found the dog in a women's restroom in December. Now, Lawrence apparently drowned her dog and dumped it in the trash because she didn't have the proper paperwork to bring it on the plane with her. So after she did this horrific act, she went ahead and made her flight to Columbia, South Carolina, and just went on her day. Like nothing else, like nothing had happened.
Unbelievable, man. So they just basically tracked her down then?
They basically, well, I mean, she's on video. She's on video at the gate with her little dog.
And then no dog.
And then no dog. And identified as a 9-year-old miniature schnauzer.
Unbelievable, man. Wow.
Isn't that just...
Yeah, it's heartless.
Cold, heartless. It's just... and I hope... We did talk a little bit about last week... lawmakers up in Tallahassee considering an animal abuse registry. I hope that she is person numero uno.
Yeah, no joke.
Never, ever let that woman own an animal ever again.
I'd agree 100%.
All right, a Florida man is set to be executed today. Edward James will receive the lethal injection at the Florida State Prison near Stark. James was convicted of the murders of Betty Dick and her 8-year-old granddaughter in 1993. His lawyers have filed multiple appeals, state, federal levels, including the Florida Supreme Court. All of them have been denied.
Yep.
He'll be executed at 8 p.m. tonight. Interesting how hard he's fighting for his life, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, up in the Panhandle, things are getting interesting in Panama City, you guys.
I don't know anything about this. What's up?
Yeah. Well, a man believed to be an enforcer for the Russian mafia.
Good God.
Is in custody in Bay County. FDLE announced yesterday the man was arrested in Panama City Beach. Investigators say he lives there, right, in a dumpy dwelling, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
An oligarch castle up there on the...
multi-million-dollar home.
Yeah.
He's allegedly involved in labor trafficking and visa fraud.
Wow, man.
Put him on that flight to El Salvador.
Yeah, no joke.
Right. I know we're going to talk about this a little bit later, but the Jacksonville Jaguars could be playing their regular season games in Orlando until renovations at Everbank Stadium are finished. Florida Citrus Sports has announced it wants to host the Jaguars at Camping World Stadium. Officials say they plan to present their proposal to an Orange County Sports Incentive Board next week. Orlando is not alone, like you mentioned, in vying for the Jaguars' regular season games. The home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, is also in contention. And like you said, they're closer, but maybe our facilities are nicer.
Yeah, but it's Orlando. I mean, there's nothing to do in Gainesville. If it wasn't for University of Florida, Gainesville would be Oviedo. So I'm just being honest. I mean, it really. I mean, if it wasn't for Shands and the university, it would be another small Florida town. Orlando has so much more to offer.
Don't they have a strip club that serves breakfast?
Stop, Jack.
I heard these things.
It's on 75.
Okay.
And you just happen to know where it's located.
I've driven by it a number of times.
I bet you have.
The grits are terrible.
All right. The owner of a kangaroo that escaped its Volusia County home last year has been fined and ordered to pay court costs. Scott Mitchell also must donate to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission's Wildlife Alert. Mitchell received his fine yesterday at the Volusia County Courthouse. The marsupial escaped its enclosure last October following a close encounter with a bear.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you want one of those big rats? I don't get it. There's been a number of people who have owned those things in Florida, and almost every one of them get loose. Remember, Vanilla Ice had one that was just cruising around down in Miami?
That is the most Florida thing you've said all day today. Vanilla Ice had his kangaroo.
That's it. Lost his kangaroo. God.
All right. Today is the first day of spring here in the Northern Hemisphere. The vernal equinox is that point in the planet's annual orbit when the sun appears directly over the equator, producing a day with essentially the same amount of day and night.
And if I could afford an egg, I would stand one on its tin.
For the northern half of the planet, the amount of sunlight will continue to grow longer each day until the summer solstice in June, which will be the longest day of the year. A lot of people refer to the annual vernal equinox as equal night.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. This means an equal amount of daylight and darkness due to the sun's position above the equator. It took place at 5:01 officially this morning. The weirdest thing for me is knowing, like, in Australia, right, their coldest months are
right now.
now.
Yeah, exactly. I think my daughter who lived in South Africa for a while, I think they're in that same kind of thing where they're below the equator, so it's all different. And I remember talking to her when she lived down there in the summer, and I was like, oh, my God, I don't know about you guys. Are you guys boiling over there? She goes, Dad, it's winter here. We're freezing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
it was the same in Brazil. It's crazy.
Completely wild. By the way, it was Cafe Risque.
Cafe Risque. Oh.
Yeah, Cafe Risque, and I'll still contend.
Bad grits?
Yeah, grits are not good. Very instant.
I'll take my apology now.
For what?
For pointing out that they had something more than just the stadium.
It's not in Gainesville. It's on 75 outside of Gainesville, about 3.5 miles, one click left.
Which would be great before let's see. Jags play their games there. You go there for breakfast, and then boom, onto the stadium.
Yeah, sure. You can come here and do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I think
and get good grits.
And isn't there a strip club that we have that has tremendous steaks?
Steak, yeah, right over there in over the Jack's house.
Rachel's. Yeah, Rachel's. Rachel's Steakhouse. I guess they've ruled out Daytona International Speedway, but I think that would be a good fit. I think you could get 60,000 plus, maybe 65,000 in Camping World Stadium.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right, and then finally, the moment is here.
Okay.
Say goodbye. Remember me. Don't let it make you cry.
Is this Coco?
No idea.
You're right.
It's Coco.
It's Coco. A sequel to the beloved Pixar animated film Coco.
Is Coco the one that has the underground thing, the devil part that I like?
Yeah.
I say devil part, but it's got the
Day of the Dead.
The Day of the Dead thing. And I was like,
underworld.
That's way nicer than what they were living in. They should just stay down there.
Well, it's in production. Disney CEO Bob Iger announced the upcoming release of Coco 2 during the studio's annual shareholder meeting. The film, still in the early stages of development, is slated to be released in 2029. That's 12 years after the original premiere to rave reviews, earning over $800 million at the global box office. And again, Walt Disney World bringing back their nighttime lighted parade, and Coco is going to have a big presence on that parade as well.
Custom built for it.
It is. It's
with all those colors and stuff, absolutely. And against a dark backdrop is what it really needs. Yeah,
and it's going to be the Marigold Bridge.
That's very cool.
So,
and they need something to sup up the loss for this Snow White thing that's happening right now. This thing's getting panned.
Is it?
Yeah, the new Snow White live action movie only has like 2 stars.
Well, I know actors with dwarfism have protested.
Oh, have they really?
Yeah.
Can't hear them.
And that concludes your JCS News.
That's so funny. Sound rises, Jimmy.
It doesn't. Didn't know that. I don't even know if it's true now. I think he's just saying it. Don't even know. You guys need me. I'll be at Risque.
Having bad instant grits.
You got to let them sit a little bit. That way they can soak up the water. And lots of butter in there. And then that one long boob from Alice who's been there since 71. You know.
Double wide long pancake.
Oh, you have no idea.
Since Spurrier was a player.
Yeah, exactly. 2 different shoes. You know the deal. Cracked phone screen and one red door on her 81 Corolla. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. 6 kids, they all work there. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Stay where you are.
You text us at 77031, and we say it on the air. Sometimes we might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey everybody, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Thursday evening forecast. Although today is the first day of spring, winter is going to be getting its last laugh as that cold front rolls through. Temperature is going to be dropping through the overnight tonight into the 40s, so it is going to be a very chilly start to your Friday. However, we are going to be seeing those temperatures slowly warm up headed into the weekend and beautiful sunshine on tap through the weekend as well. From the Fox 35 Storm Center, I'm meteorologist Laurel Blanchard.
This report is sponsored by Shoe Station.
Shoe Station is now open at Oviedo Park Crossing in Oviedo. Experience shoe shopping like never before with all the brands you love like Brooks, Birkenstock, Cole Haan, New Balance, Skechers, and more. Visit Shoe Station, now open at Oviedo Park Crossing.
Hey guys, let me tell you something. If you have a home here in Central Florida, you are in great shape. And let me also remind you that real estate market trends are a really, really local thing, which means this. If you're talking to your friend that lives in Indiana, maybe your friend in South Carolina, and they're telling you about their house prices, you can ignore all of that because in Central Florida, we are in a bubble and prices for homes here are still selling for top dollar. That is why you need a real estate team that really knows this market inside and out. And of course, that is the Nickley Group. These guys are awesome, selling their homes for about 6% more than their competitors, and they're selling those homes twice as fast. And their VIP program is one of those things you almost can't afford not to be a part of. They have incredible opportunities, free appraisals, free home warranties, free moving trucks and supplies. They even have a love it or leave it guarantee that if you're unsatisfied with your purchase for the first 12 months, they will relist it for free. And you can even get a guaranteed cash offer for your home right there on their website. No showings, no open houses, and you can close in as little as 40 days. It's the NickleyGroup.com. That's NICKLEY Group.com.
Sunnyside Electric.
Hi, I've got a circuit breaker that keeps popping.
Okay, let me go online to get you scheduled.
That's great. Come on, what kind of a low-tech operation is this?
Here we go.
You've got mail. I should have called Frank Gay.
When you have an electrical problem, you want a licensed and insured technician with the latest tools and technology to complete the job right. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Are you prepared for the future? At TK Law Firm, they understand the importance of securing your legacy. Whether you're looking for a will or trust, they can help. Don't leave your legacy to chance. Visit onefirmforlife.com for your free consultation. Protect what matters most. TK Law Firm, your partner in estate planning excellence.
Hey, welcome to Total Wireless. How can I help you?
Oh, my phone is panicking. It thinks I'm trading it in.
No worries. At Total Wireless, you get one line for $25 per month when you bring your phone.
Really? Only $25 a month for one line, and I get to keep my phone? Wow.
Yep, that's 50% off the Total 5G Unlimited plan. Visit your nearest Total Wireless store today. Restrictions apply. Compatible device required. Available exclusively online in the Total Wireless retail stores.
Love, love, love this stuff. I was completely amazed and so grateful. Something finally worked. Now we both use Blue Emu whenever we need relief.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Eustace Roofing, with over 65 years of experience in Central Florida, provides a VIP experience with an on-site crew lead, project manager, and expert team for every home. No wonder they won National Roofing Company of the Year. Visit eustaceroofing.com to schedule your free estimate.
Thank you for making Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennia.
Accidents don't just happen between the hours of 9 to 5. That's why we make ourselves available to talk with you 24/7. For a Farah fight, day or night, you know who to call. Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Core Flooring Center in Winter Park is the go-to destination for flooring. Visit coreflooringfl.com.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is the Jim Colbert Show on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube, and right here on Real Radio 104.1.
Cafe Risque, greatest view of any breakfast restaurant in Gainesville area. That last extra curly hair that I found in my eggs made me reconsider my choices in breakfast. So I'm open for suggestions.
Ew.
Hello, Jim Colbert Show. Stone Crow here. Talking about Cafe Risque. I was thinking about opening one of those in Orlando. We're going to call it Breasts and Bacon. Let me know what you think.
What's up, Colbert crew? Yeah, Cafe Risque. Yeah, I've driven by there a few times. Exit 374 on I-75. They even have trucker parking.
They do.
Not that I would know.
You're talking about Cafe Risque.
Here we go, another one.
We hit a vein.
Don't say that.
Hey, Jim Colbert Show.
Here we go.
I keep hearing the possibilities thrown around about the Jags going to UF to play their games. The only thing is, I've gone to multiple UF Florida State games, and the parking is atrocious. Jacksonville has tons of fields to accommodate that, and the only thing I see fitting it is going down to Orlando.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Or Daytona. Jack had a good point. Daytona wouldn't be the worst thing ever. They've done events like that. Plenty of space, plenty of parking, plenty of everything.
It would be weird.
It would be weird. Orlando can certainly handle this traffic, handle all this stuff. Plenty of hotels down here, plenty of stuff to do for the family. I think it would be a gigantic hit. I really do.
Do you think we could sell out 8 home games?
Yes,
well,
without
minus
question.
however many they go to do in London.
Without question. I mean, what's it, an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes from Jacksonville on 95 to get down here? It's a piece of cake. So I think we would have no problem, and I think people from Jacksonville would love a wonderful opportunity to come down to Orlando and hang out for the day to see the game. Maybe stay Saturday night, get out,
turn it into a staycation,
and then do the thing Sunday morning. Why wouldn't you do that? And then here's the thing: you can drive home in no time. When the game's over, you're still not looking at a 4 or 5 or 8 hour drive. It's just right up the street.
However, if you do have the games in Gainesville, you could park at Cafe Risque and then just Uber over.
You probably could do that, Jack. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1. I am Jim. There's Deb. Jack is here as well.
Boobies.
I want to remind everybody, because I contacted Adrian over at Harry's Poolside Bar and Grill today to find out what the count is. We only have about 11 seats left for the Sip and Savor event that's coming up this Saturday night. This is not the spot for this. This is coming up later, but I'm just trying to give everybody an opportunity. This event is very, very popular. It will sell out. So if you do have plans to go to the Sip and Savor event, you can just go to it's rosencenterhotel.com or rosencenter.com. Go to the Sip and Savor event there. You can find it on the website and get your tickets. I think it's 11 or 12. It's actually 12 seats left.
C-Lane and his wife should go.
Yeah,
they would really enjoy it.
They've been before.
Of course, the foodie people. I mean, if you love a good meal.
Yeah, they've been before and they love it.
Oh, and it's
a blast.
Food is so good, and the portion sizes are big enough that you feel like you're getting so much value, but at the same time, it doesn't fill you up.
Yeah, that's just a little heads up. As we get closer, I always get with Adrian to find out how many seats are left, so that when people are getting over, I want them to give it get a real good expectation of what they can or can't have. So again, it's 407-996-3970 if you want to call. But if you just go to rosencenter.com, you should be able to click right through there to the Harry's Poolside Bar and Grill and get your tickets for that. I would hope to see you there, and I hope you can make it. It's going to be a good time. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jackie is here as well.
Yep.
I don't know what argument Gainesville could make to pull this away from us.
Cafe risque.
I kind of want to be the catalyst for this. I know that we're making a big pitch. I think we even asked to borrow some money to make the stadium even more accessible for Jags fans. I don't know what they're going to spend the money on, but I read that this morning. But man, I think it's a no-brainer that the Jags should be playing their home games down here. Absolute no-brainer. Can you think of one reason that they would choose Gainesville over Orlando other than Cafe Risque? Just because it's a little closer?
Distance. Yeah,
but it's not that much different, man. I mean, you're talking about another 45 minutes in your car, but that 45 minutes gets you access to all we have here in this city? All the cool stuff?
Well, when you think of that, they could have put the African American History Museum in Eatonville instead of deciding it needed to be in, that little place that never gets any attention, St. Augustine.
Yeah, right. But, I mean, down here you have access to, even outside of the parks, there's just so much cool stuff to do down here.
I could give you about 25,000 reasons why it might be preferred to go to Gainesville.
Oh, really?
25,000 reasons.
Seating capacity at Ben Griffin Stadium
is bigger.
88,000.
Wow.
Oh,
where where Camping World Stadium
I didn't know
is in the mid 60s.
I didn't know it was that much bigger. I knew it was bigger, but I didn't know it was that much bigger. It's 15,000 seats. I mean, that's legit.
But
what's the average?
But guess what? They're not selling.
I was going to say, what's the average attendance for a Jags game? There's no way they're selling every game out up there at that stadium, and I think that stadium's about the same size as Orlando Stadium, the Camping World Stadium.
When was the last time you heard about a Jags game selling out?
Oh no, they even added that hot tub. They added that hot tub in that end zone. They thought that was going to do it, and it turns out it did not.
No,
that's
such a clever idea. Who would have thought that didn't work?
Turns out that Mama 5 and the Rebel flag bikini didn't do it.
All right, so last year, 2024 numbers out of 32 teams in attendance. Where do you think the Jags rank?
Oh God, that's such a good question.
Who do you think ranks first? I'll give you that.
For attendance?
Yeah.
Green Bay Packers.
No. They are number 4.
Oh, Kansas City Chiefs.
No, Kansas City is number 6.
How is it even possible? Just because their stadium size?
Stadium
it has to be,
size.
it's going to be that.
So think of a big stadium, and you would go with where it's always bigger.
New Orleans?
Dallas.
Yeah. And Dallas, yeah.
Then the Jets and Giants
Which
after
is
that.
crazy.
Well, MetLife Stadium is big.
But the teams both suck.
But they sell out. They when I lived there, they were sold out 10 years in advance.
Jeez.
The waiting list was crazy.
That's insane, man.
Yeah.
Man, Jags got to be in the bottom of that. I mean, they really do.
Average attendance for a Cowboys game is almost 93,000 people.
Yeah.
I was going to say 16.
That's college football. And then
that thing's like a spaceship, too.
From 2 to 14, the average attendance is in the 70s.
Okay.
The Jacksonville Jaguars come in at 23rd out of 32 teams.
Yeah.
With an average attendance of 65.7 thousand.
So that's perfect because that's exactly what the Citrus Bowl, Camping World Stadium holds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. Send him down here. Just have him call me. Have him call me, Jack. I'll talk to him.
Oh, the team with the worst attendance.
Dolphins.
Cleveland.
Now, Deb will enjoy it.
Oh, the Bears.
Correct.
Yes.
That was it.
Yes.
She instantly answered that.
Yeah, the Bears still suck.
That's crazy. I've been to Soldier Stadium. It's actually our Soldier Field. It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Very historic.
Yeah, but they've shortened it. And they've done a lot to it, and so it's kind of weird.
You need to go to Lambeau.
Yeah, no, I don't. Do I?
Yes.
Is there anything to do in Green Bay?
There is, but I mean, don't you ever want to just go to like historic ballparks or football stadiums and see a game there?
I don't think you can get in. I mean, isn't Green Bay another one of those stadiums that's sold out till 2050?
A lot of times, but I was able to see my first game there. Yeah, we beat the San Francisco 49ers. It was wonderful.
Probably scalp a ticket, but it was probably $400 or $500.
I wore my cheddar sombrero. It was wonderful.
Second to worst for attendance. Surprising. And I think I wonder if it makes them gives them pause over their decisions to move the team.
Raiders.
Correct.
Wow,
The
really?
Las Vegas Raiders. Now
I mean, that's in their infancy, and they're about to that whole thing's about to change with
they
Brady.
had a garbage team last year.
Yeah.
So,
but that whole thing's about to change with Brady and everything. I mean, that whole culture is about to change dramatically there.
So surprisingly, out of 32 teams for worst attendance, 29 and 30, right? There's only 2 teams worse than these 2 teams at 29 and 30. They played in a playoff game against each other. So both teams were good, and they are at the bottom 4 for teams in attendance.
So they were good last year, this past season?
Correct. And
AFC or NFC?
NFC. And they were at the bottom 4. They played each other in the playoffs.
Is it Minnesota?
No.
No, hold on. Philly?
Detroit?
Nope. Keep going.
I'm drawing a total blank.
Not the Rams.
Being closer to home.
Bucks?
Yes.
No way, really?
Tampa Bay Bucks and Washington.
Oh, wow.
You know what? We should help
sucks.
Tampa by taking the Bucks and the Rays. I think that would help them a lot.
All right.
You wouldn't guess it though. I went to a couple games. We went to a game. It seems filled. You know, the crowd's into it. It's like they seem to get that support.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you think about it, 63,000 per game is not too far off. I mean, they're 5,000 away from being number 15.
Yeah. That's a good stadium, too. You know, I mean, it is a little bit older, but it's easy to park. It's easy to get into the stadium. It's easy to get out of the stadium.
Yeah.
Easy to get there. So, you know, I don't know how old. It's pretty old, though, I think. That's the OG stadium for them, right? That they've only played in Raymond James?
No.
They had
The
one more?
Sombrero.
They played in the Sombrero as well?
Yeah,
Whoa.
which is that's what what's his name called it on ESPN.
Yeah.
Chris
Berman.
Yeah, Chris Berman, the
Yeah.
Sombrero. But it was a different stadium
Was it?
before that.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text
Yeah.
us 77031. Danny Myring up next with Date Night Done Right. Let's find out what's happening in Orlando this weekend.
The all-new and improved iHeartRadio app is now available with all new features. Download it for free and make Real Radio 104.1 your number 1 preset for a chance to win cool stuff at Real Radio events.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hoping your ride right now in Orlando is a safe one. There are delays you should know about, including the Turnpike northbound approaching the US 192 exit. A shoulder is blocked, as well as southbound approaching exit 272, the Colonial Drive Oakland Exchange exit. A shoulder is blocked. You're going to feel those delays there, as well as a Colonial Drive, both east and westbound at Chuliota. The traffic lights are not working there. Thankfully, right now, no major issues reported on the 408 or the Greenway. Our Valvoline instant oil change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Let Express Employment Professionals help you hire for contract or full-time jobs. Forget about recruiting, sifting through resumes, and interviews with unqualified applicants. Go to ExpressPros.com to find the location near you. That's ExpressPros.com.
Hey, Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands and grills out there, from Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Napoleon. Speaking of Traeger and Napoleon, these guys have all new lineups: Traeger Woodridge grills and Napoleon Prestige and Rogue models. They also have pizza ovens from Uni and Gosney, and everyone can have a nice place to sit because they also carry Polywood outdoor furniture. And guys, this stuff is no joke. Made from recycled plastic, it will not fade in the Florida sun, and it is beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous stuff. Plus, these guys have service tech specializing in grills to help with any repair or warranty issues. Not to mention, you can get free assembly and local delivery on any backyard purchase, $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace Hardware, 13 convenient locations here in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, your backyard place.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. You know, one of the things that sets us apart from other Kia dealers is how much we can offer for your trade. When you bring us your car, over 40 Greenway dealerships compete for it, ensuring you get the best possible offer, as much as $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book value. So come see how much your trade is worth today, because we want to see you in a Kia. From Greenway Kia, visit greenwaykias.com.
All factory rebates to dealer, negative equity refinanced.
Guys, you know it as well as I do. Before you know it, it's going to be 90 degrees every single day of the week. Is your AC system ready for these brutal Florida summers? Well, if it's not, If you have some questions, you got to call my friends over at Mills Air. These guys are awesome. And this is the time of year for your preventive maintenance plan. Now is the time to get that taken care of. That way it's all set. You don't have to worry about your AC system through the summer. And this is what Mills does better than anybody. 30 plus years of experience in Central Florida, keeping you guys nice and cool out there, giving you great prices with integrity. Their tech service all brands. No need to worry there. You don't even have to know what kind of AC system you have. They can repair it. On top of that, Mills is a Carrier Factory authorized dealer. That could get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and always turn to Mills Air. Family owned and operated, ready to help you right now. It's 407-277-1159. Online, make your appointment there at millsair.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Hey, this is Russ Rollins. You know, Solar Source, they just keep making my life better. Pool heated, taken care of. Battery backup for power outages, that is all covered thanks to Solar Source. And now they're going to install a solar electric system to wipe out my power bill. They're awesome to work with, and it's a great company. Customer service is really awesome with Solar Source. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters. Call Solar Source today. The future is solar powered.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
What up, guys? Sport from Duval.
Duval.
You know, I like to think I'm a happy guy.
You are.
I mean, I feel happy.
Okay.
I was happy.
Okay.
And then Jim asked me if I was happy. Now I'm thinking about all the stuff that makes me unhappy. And now my anxiety's kicking in. Now I'm not so happy. Thanks a lot, Jim.
Sorry, buddy.
Microdose, dude.
I'm so sorry, Sport. I didn't mean to ruin your day with that simple question. Yeah, that is our question of the day. If you want to go check that out, you can do it in our YouTube chat room. You can do it on our Instagram page. Are you happy? I asked that because today released was the global happiness scale. I'll tell you where the U.S. fell a little bit later in the program.
There we go. Fell. That's the
Yeah. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
Let's do date night done right.
Whether you're dating and in love or married and in a fight, keep your romance shining bright. This is date night done right.
Good love for our friend, Miss Danny Myrie.
Hey, woohoo!
What's up, kiddo? How you doing?
I'm. It's Casual Thursday
I see
today.
that. I see that. Yeah.
I'm not glammed up like I usually am. Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
You and Jack are dressed like you have a dump run.
Yeah. Wow, dude.
I wouldn't go that far.
It's just
we are twinning, though.
No, you have working man clothes on. You got a long sleeve shirt on. You got your jeans on
I
today.
do.
Yeah.
I was at a hard hat media tour this morning. Had goggles on and
Damn,
the bright green vest. And,
Really?
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
out at Sea Life, Florida, which is adding on into Legoland.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Like an aquarium product kind of thing? Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So it's actually right up front when you first walk into Legoland. You can either keep going about your day and enjoy the park, or there's the new Sea Life. It's going to open up in May. And what's really cool is they have all of the Sea Life aquariums have like a big finale tunnel at the end.
Right.
Ours at Legoland is going to be the only one in the world that has a theme park under the sea.
Oh, really?
And
Cool.
so
That's
we got
kinda
to
cool.
check that out. It's
Very
really-
nice.
Yeah.
You think people are going to enjoy it?
I think so. I mean, definitely the families. You
Sure,
know,
yeah.
it's and one of the things I love about the Sea Life attractions is that they always build like little tunnels and view areas that are on kid level, so they can kind of crawl and see underwater and stuff.
That's cool.
Different vantage points.
Very
So,
nice.
yeah.
Of course, Danny appears courtesy of the Orlando Date Night Guide, OrlandoDateNightGuide.com. They also have Orlando-parenting.com for you families out there. She drops in every single Thursday around 4 o'clock to give us an idea of some things happening in town this weekend as you make plans to go out and enjoy yourself. What you got for us?
Yes, it is. It's outdoor festival season yet again. We
Man.
got to take advantage while we can.
Man, is it?
Yes. So the big one is the Winter Park Sidewalk Art Festival. Huge annual tradition takes over Park Avenue and beyond, and that's happening tomorrow through Sunday. Parking is, of course, going to be what it is. So if you are planning on checking it out, then please go early. Please plan ahead. Take advantage of, there's a couple different parking garages that are, tucked behind the stores on Park Avenue. So take advantage of those. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous festival that they do. And in fact, there's so many art festivals happening in Orlando this time of year that we went ahead and put them all together in one handy dandy list for you at OrlandoDateNightGuide.com. And that's also part of our newsletter that's going out tonight.
Yeah, and by the way, don't get away from Ubering there. I remember a couple of years back, we wanted to go, but the parking is a nightmare, and it will drive you crazy because you can get down there and get stuck. So what you need to do, what we would do is we actually parked at the Winter Park Plaza. And then Ubered from there. We had lunch up there and then just Ubered down there. And it seems silly to Uber like a couple miles, but can I tell you?
Yeah, man, that's
it's
smart.
Worth every nickel.
Yeah.
I mean, in and out, no time at all. So there you go.
Yeah, I like that pro tip right there.
Yeah.
Maybe like Winter Park Village and do, the bars and restaurants that are there and do that. That would be a quick ride. Good tip. I like it.
Thank you.
Happening on Friday is the Cheesy Speakeasy Flight Night. And this is happening at Quantum Leap Winery tomorrow, Friday, from 6:30 to 9. And so it's enjoy a secret speakeasy style pairing of 3 wines with 3 cheeses. And you get your first clue to the password for this experience after you purchase your ticket. So
very nice.
This is, definitely a great date idea, definitely creative. If you're sick of doing the same old same with your honey, or you are seeing someone new and you're trying to find something creative, this is sophisticated and fun. And
by the way, let me give you help here, because Jill Ramsey, who owns Quantum Leap, has been good friends with a couple people here in town. One of them is Tonda, and Tonda is the she is a cheese connoisseur. It's called a what is it? La Femme de Fromage.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So she's been doing those pairings for a while. So if you do go here, you're going to get like maybe 2 of the best people in town that know the most about this. So these pairings are going to be really nice and very interesting and maybe out of the box from what you've had before.
For sure, absolutely. And she's a great personality too.
She is,
very fun. So. And then the new location of Quantum Leap is gorgeous. It's on the lake, so definitely great date night vibes there. Happening on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. is Dogtoberfest at Crush Brow Park in Kissimmee. So this is a German kind of festival grounds area in Kissimmee, and they do lots of events throughout the year. This one in particular, as the name suggests, Dogtoberfest, is all about the furry friends, and they're going to have all kinds of beer and pet-friendly activities. So I always say these are great ways to meet somebody if you are a dog lover, or if you're a guy and you see a girl with a dog. It's a cute way to kind of she's going to be nurturing, and we all know men need a little bit of extra taking care of.
I love this. Okay, Mom.
We mean this in the nicest way. We all want somebody to love. So, all right, happening Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. is the Taste of Oviedo at the Oviedo Mall, which does not sound like a very exciting venue, but this is a tradition that's been going on for years. Great food, music, family fun, and it's all actually outdoors. So it's not like you're walking around through the mall. You're enjoying this big outdoor area, and a great way to support the local businesses in the community out there on Saturday. Another taste of event is the Taste and Sip of Sanford, also on Saturday from 12 to 3 at the Sanford Civic Center. Again, does not sound like a very exciting venue, but it's got plenty of space, and you are right there in downtown Sanford. So after you've had a good time at Sip and Taste and Sip of Sanford, you can stroll around downtown Sanford and kind of enjoy that scene. They do have a VIP ticket if you really want to do it up for $75, where you're going to have your own section where you can look out among the commoners and
yes. Hey, plebeians! Plebeians! As I sit here in my plastic throne.
Your plastic high-top table that gets folded up right afterwards. So they're going to have craft beer, wine, non-alcoholic beverages, different chef stations.
Oh, cool.
So, and you've got some good eating down there in Sanford, so you're going to have some good representation there. Half-Toberfest is on Saturday.
Oh, it's a lot of Toberfest for not being in October. There's no Tobers, but there's a lot of fests.
So, and this reminded me that we are, thank goodness, 6 months away from the fall season. It's the first day of spring, and I'm already going, bring on the fall vibes.
It's that horrible thing in the middle we hate so much.
Right, exactly.
What's that called again? Yeah.
So Half-Toberfest is Saturday, 4 to 10 p.m. at Ivanhoe Park, their Lager House location. So this is their bigger location, kind of in downtown Orlando, Camping World Stadium type area. So they are going to celebrate Oktoberfest in the spring, craft beer, food. It's a free event. They do have a really cool outdoor patio. Another thing that's neat about the Lager House is you can see the brewing facility there.
That's cool.
It's a huge glass wall, so you're looking right at it. And it's always, gorgeous, pristine. And I think there was a clay brewing pot from like Norwegian times style that they inherited from the Deadwards folks that were there previously.
Well, that's cool. Like a brewing vat of some sort?
Yeah, it's
nice.
like a tall clay pot that you put the ingredients in, and it ferments
Very nice.
in there. So I
That's
think
cool.
they kept that. It's a neat centerpiece. A lot of Saturday things happening. So last one for Saturday is 6:30 and 8 p.m. If you want to go to downtown Orlando, there's the Debonair Supper Club.
Oh.
I had to make sure I slowed down there and enunciated the U there. So they're doing Feed Me Jazz, the ultimate dining experience. A luxurious evening of gourmet dining paired with live jazz in an intimate setting.
Okay.
So this is not far from Judson's Live. It's
Okay.
actually like one block over, and it's kind of giving me similar vibes, where you're getting that live jazz and you're having a good meal. So perhaps this is, Judson's Live is very approachable, but it does have kind of that polished air to it.
Absolutely, yeah.
So perhaps Debonair Supper Club is a little bit vibrant and a little more approachable, perhaps.
Nice.
I do find it interesting that those two things are so close to each other.
Yeah.
Happening Saturday and Sunday is a sunflower festival at Amberbrook Farms. This is an Instagrammer's paradise for you to stroll among the sunflower fields and get your wafty dress,
Right,
sundress
your
photos.
yellow and white dress.
Yes, exactly. So they are doing buy one, get one. You pick sunflowers. So you can go home with a nice bouquet if you want. They're doing happy hour specials at the end of the day. So this takes place from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And so they do like happy hour from 3:30 to closing, drink specials on craft beer and that sort of thing. Live music. It's a good way to end the day. And lastly, tonight is all night happy hour at Norman's. So starting at 5 all the way till the end of the night, they're doing happy hour pricing.
Yeah. They also call it responsibility night.
This is why you need a friend like me in your life who does the mocktails and stuff. And they're going to have a live DJ out on the terrace. It's very sexy vibes. It's going to be good weather for it. They do this once a month, this all-night happy hour thing. So definitely tonight is a good night to go check that out.
Yeah, down there you never know who you're going to bump into as well. That's a really kind of cool part of town because if you go to Kabuki Sushi up there in that area at any given moment, you could bump into like the who's who of who's in Orlando at that time because that is the swanky, cool part of town where all the celebrities go out there in that Windermere area. So it's it sounds like something that you may be able to kind of
rub some elbows. And
that's right. You never know who you might be standing next to up there. True story. I mean, you pull in Kabuki up there is in a strip center.
Yeah.
And you pull up there to that Kabuki Sushi up there in off Turkey Lake, and that out front there could be like 3 Ferraris and 2 Rolls Royces in a strip center out there having sushi.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Very
that's definitely the hot, sexy place to be.
Very cool.
Yeah.
How can people find you outside of Orlando Date Night Guide?
So we've got our Instagram at Orlando Date Night Guide. And we're always posting great stuff up there. And we have Orlando Parenting as well on Instagram and orlando-parenting.com.
Give it up good and loud for our friend Danny Myrie. If you missed this, it'll be at JimColbertLive.com. She has her own little panel there where you can check that out. Also, if you missed any of this or want more, the cool thing is Orlando Date Night Guide has tons of it. It's all broken down into different areas, like she said earlier, even special areas for things that are happening. There's like a bunch of that in town. You can kind of go to one spot and see all that at one point. All the addresses, all the connections, all the websites are all right there. Very easy to find and very easy to navigate.
Easy to navigate.
Very easy to navigate.
There you go.
Thanks, Danny. Always good seeing you.
We can navigate too.
You know what? Stop. Time for you to go. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Colbert Court coming up in just a few.
Date Night Done Right is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Mortgage brokers are better. Why? They do all of their loans through national wholesale lenders. It'll still be your standard FHA, VA, or conventional loan, but they have access to dozens of wholesale banks competing for your business. And government studies prove buyers save $9,400 on average with a mortgage broker. That mortgage guy, Don, will give you a comparison quote today. Just go to thatmortgageguydon.com. It's peace of mind at your fingertips, so don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Hoping your ride right now in Orlando is a safe one. There are several delays you should know about, including the heaviest, the Turnpike southbound approaching the Oakland Exchange Colonial Drive exit. You're going to feel that all the way from County Road 561. Also on the Turnpike northbound approaching Osceola Parkway, a delay, as well as southbound after the 408. A right lane is blocked due to an incident. Right now also OBT at Central Florida Parkway, an incident, as well as I-4 eastbound approaching Lake Mary Boulevard. Our Valvoline instant oil change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Rocket. Rocket is giving every home one address. Rocket.com, a single seamless home ownership platform to help you find, buy, sell, finance, even refinance your home. Everything you need, all under one roof. Visit Rocket.com, the new home for all things home ownership. Rocket, own the dream.
Guys, I hope you join me Saturday night at Harry's Sip and Savor, Harry's Poolside Bar and Grill right there at the Rosen Center Hotel on I-Drive. Man, these things are so awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dishes plus a pairing cocktail from Bacardi and Heaven Hill. You can't lose. This is one of the best deals in all of pairing dinner history. Lamb chops with sun-dried tomato polenta, plantain-crusted halibut with tropical fruit salad, coconut rice, and passion fruit sauce, stuffed pork loin, brie and apple stuffing, lemon panna cotta. Guys, that's just where it begins. Pair all that up with delicious cocktails from Bacardi and Heaven Hill. You can't lose. Only $75 a person. Fewer than 12 seats available. So join us Saturday night for Harry Sip and Savor right there at the Rosen Center Hotel.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit OneFirmForLife.com today for your free consultation.
Our iHeartRadio Music Awards celebrated the music and artists you've loved listening to all year on iHeartRadio. Brought to you by Jeep.
It's now streaming on Hulu for a limited time.
Bad Bunny,
Billie Eilish,
Glorilla,
Kenny Chesney,
Money Long,
Nelly,
your host, LL Cool J,
plus Lady Gaga,
Mariah Carey,
Gracie Abrams,
and iHeartRadio's Tour of the Century Award, honoring Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Streaming now on Hulu.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. You know we've got 3 area locations, so we've got the new Kia you're looking for in stock and ready to go. And you can drive home your new Kia in 1 hour or less, like a new 2025 Kia K4. Lease for only $159 per month for 24 months with $35.95 due at signing. We want to see you in a Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
Qualified applicants through KFA includes $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 0 security deposit, plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 4/5/25.
Ron White, live.
If your eyes go bad, you can have LASIK surgery and they can give you 20/20 vision. But let me tell you something, folks. You can't fix stupid.
May 21st, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. On sale now at hardrocktampa.com or ticketmaster.com. Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. For mature audiences.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Hi there. I've got a clogged drain.
A clogged brain. I have that sometimes.
No, a clogged drain.
Try yoga or drinking tea. Earl Grey is the best.
Earl Grey? No, I'm calling Frank A.
What do they know about tea?
When it comes to clogged drains and plumbing issues, you want a trustworthy, courteous technician that's dedicated to customer satisfaction.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Hey, welcome to Total Wireless. How can I help you?
Oh, my phone is panicking. It thinks I'm trading it in.
No worries. At Total Wireless, you get one line for $25 per month when you bring your phone.
Really? Only $25 a month for one line, and I get to keep my phone? Wow.
Yep, that's 50% off the Total 5G Unlimited plan.
Visit your nearest Total Wireless store today. Restrictions apply. Compatible device required. Available exclusively online and in Total Wireless retail stores.
What's the Anajar Levine difference? When you're injured in a car crash, we focus on your case so you can focus on the one thing that matters most, getting better. I'm Glenn Levine with Anajar Levine. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation, 1-800-747-FREE. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando. Can you trust your home flooring needs to a 17-year-old kid that was in the paint department yesterday? No! Deal directly with Corey, the owner at Core Flooring. He'll beat anyone's price guaranteed. Core Flooring in Winter Park. Online at coreflooringfl.com.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
College basketball back in the spotlight. March Hoops will have everyone talking.
You think you know what's going to happen, but it never goes as scripted.
Lock in Fox Sports Radio as your #1 preset on the iHeartRadio app for the hottest takes. We're going to have a 72-team tournament in the next couple of years. And complete tournament coverage. Plus, binge on-demand podcast with The Dan Patrick Show, The Herd with Colin Cowherd, and more. From tip-off to the final buzzer, search college basketball on the iHeartRadio app to stay in the know.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Good after Friday Eve, Colbert Crew, ex-swimmer here. I gotta say, Deb, you really put a knife in my heart. I'm a diehard Bears fan. I know we suck.
Oh, man.
But it really hurt to hear that giggle in your voice when you found out that we had the lowest attendance.
Come on, dude.
It put me down. I was having such a great week.
Oh!
Please lift me up later on during the show.
Oh, what an ass. You're so terrible, Deborah.
Suck it, Jimmy.
I guess I'm going to be that guy, but it's March, and there's an event called Dogtoberfest, and I am driving, and I'm about to white knuckle it the rest of the way home, and then I realize this is why America's probably the 24th happiest country in the world. You know, things like this make me angry. I'm happy.
It should not make you angry, buddy.
Hey, how's it, Ohana?
Hey,
Just
look
to
at this
revisit
guy. You
the
don't
chatter
talk.
yesterday on that massive chunk of ice that tore through that metal roof in Palm Coast. Just because they did not identify any commercial aircraft that had flown over that area doesn't mean there wasn't from an aircraft. There's a lot of stuff you can't track on these FlightAware apps. I work in the aviation industry. I'm here to tell you, could be in a DOD flight, but where else is that going to come from?
Yeah.
Have no clue. Aloha.
Aloha, brother.
My name's Mark. I'm a big Bears fan. Been a Bears fan since forever. And just got a question for you. What's your record this year in 2025? I know the Bears are 1-0. What is your record this year since the first of the year? Just let me know that if you can come up with it.
How are the Bears 1-0?
I think it starts with a 0 and ends with a 2.
Yeah, but how many Super Bowls have the Bears won? That would be your big zero. To the first guy, though, I'm sorry.
They
To
have
the
won.
second
Wait,
guy
no, they
sucked.
won in 85. They have won in
Did
85.
They?
Yeah. One of the greatest.
with the fridge, right?
Yeah, one of the greatest teams ever. Yeah, Mike Ditka, remember?
Shut up.
Yeah. That was one of the greatest football teams ever assembled for 1 year, 2 years. Jim McMahon was the quarterback.
Yeah.
Remember, he had to wear the crazy glasses because of the eye thing, and he had the greatest. That dude was the biggest. That guy was the OG troll of all time. You guys remember what Jim McMahon did? Everybody was wearing the X hats,
right?
He was a quarterback for the Bears. He comes out in an O hat. Just trolling, just being one of that guy, and I don't think he did. I don't think he did much after that, but he was the perfect guy for that team.
Yeah, but the first guy, I feel really bad.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. There is Deborah, and Jack is here as well. I just let Glenn in. Glenn has a box.
Ooh.
You know, when Glenn brings a box, you know what it is.
Yeah, if you push the button, someone in the world dies, but
That's
you get
right.
$1 million.
That's right.
And you push the button.
The best Black Mirror episode of all time. No, he's got goodies. And he was just taking a call when he came in. But what we're going to talk about today with Glenn when he comes in just a few minutes is some of the legislation that is being pitched now and how that may or may not affect your insurance rates or how you drive or how it affects you, what legal action you may have, who could be responsible for those legal fees. All that stuff is changing all the time. And Glenn will give you a little heads up on that here in a few minutes.
That'll be helpful.
Yeah, it will. All right, so before we do that, real quick, so I told you guys a Florida man did something that only Florida man can really do.
All right.
I'll just give you an example. Okay, so a Florida man was arrested for pulling a gun on a man.
All right.
All right. Now, why? I'm going to give you just a couple guesses. Why do you think the guy pulled the gun on a guy? By the way, he was a registered felon.
Oh.
So that means he wasn't even supposed to have the gun. So it's going to be a bad day for this gentleman.
Right.
But he pulled a gun on somebody. What happened and what caused this guy to pull a gun on a man? In Clearwater, Florida.
Oh, this isn't Clearwater. I was thinking maybe it was the one in Apopka where someone didn't leave the stop sign quick enough and shots were fired.
It was in traffic?
No, this is not in traffic.
Oh.
They were at a business. All right, and they were at a business. Think outside the box here.
Oh, we
Remember,
took his parking spot.
No. Way worse than that. I mean, when I say worse, I mean ridiculous.
Yeah.
At a strip club, maybe?
Not at a strip club.
Cut him in line.
Didn't cut him in line. No, trust me, outside the box. All of those are legitimate reasons to pull a gun on somebody.
Oh, my bad.
Didn't like his hair.
No.
He was standing in his way.
The karaoke machine wouldn't work.
Oh.
March 15th, Clearwater Police
sweet
respond to a
Florida.
guy at Overtime Sports Bar on Sunset Point Road regarding an incident in which a man pointed a gun at another man. The guy, this 34-year-old guy, Aaron Jablonski.
There you go.
Aaron Jablonski. And he
that's
looks
a
like a
great
damn
name.
Jablonski.
Does he?
Yeah. He became upset because the karaoke machine was malfunctioning.
Really?
So he stormed out of the bar, and a guy followed him out just to try to calm him down. Just to go, hey, look, man, look, it's not that big of a deal. Let's face it, it's just a karaoke machine. The guy drew down on him.
Oh my!
Then, before he left, he racked the round out of the chamber because it was loaded AF. Picks up the gun and then moves on. And of course, they catch up with old Aaron and put his ass in the Gray Bar Hotel for a nice little stay.
You know what they don't have at the Gray Bar Hotel?
Yeah, what?
Karaoke machines.
They do not have karaoke machines.
Yeah, everything's a cappella.
He was released on bond a cappella.
Barbershop style.
Yeah.
You get that like echo sound though.
Lots of reverb in the room.
Yeah, exactly.
How sad I am. How sad I am.
You don't realize how creepy Jack's thing is. I mean, when I did that, when we did the tour of Alcatraz,
yeah,
and we were in Alcatraz, and you don't talk because it is a self-guided tour. So you put on headphones and you're walking around and nobody's talking. One of the reasons they do that is because if there was general chatter in that place, you wouldn't be able to hear anything. Because like Jack says, it is a stone cold concrete echo chamber. So when you're rolling through there, what we would do is we'd take our headphones off and you could hear the shuffling of feet. And I was just telling my wife, I was like, that's probably what it sounded like, because one of the things they tell you about Alcatraz is you weren't allowed to make noise. You couldn't talk or anything like that when you were moving around. The guards needed to hear everything that was going on.
Whoa.
So they couldn't mask crimes or things happening or conversations that were happening about hits or anything like that as long as you were talking. So the guard said absolutely no talking. So what we did was, as we were walking through, is took our headphones off and like mimicked as close as it could have been to that very day when they were walking around. So you could hear the shuffling of the feet, and that's it.
That is creepy AF.
But man, when you did talk in that place, you could whisper, and it sounded like you're screaming into a PA system.
Really?
Yeah, it's just so echoey and loud. Nuts, man. You can't see out. There's only like 2 places in the entire prison that you can see out. The area where they used to play, like, have rec, had walls where you couldn't see the ocean. It was a very penal place.
Wow.
I mean, even though you were surrounded by water and you could see San Fran and the Golden Gate, theoretically,
right,
you couldn't see it from being incarcerated. There was only one little window where you could poke out and kind of look around. Pretty nuts.
Hell on earth.
And it was small, too. Like the size of maybe 2 of these screens, if I remember right.
Really?
Yeah, and by the way, if you ever go out there and you book that tour, book the night tour, but book it way in advance. Like if you plan to do San Francisco trip, do that the first, because we got there and they laughed us out of the booking room because we said we wanted to take the nighttime tour. She said that thing's booked 6 months in advance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it's like really creepy, ghosty kind of thing.
Worse than McIver Island.
Oh, yeah. Way worse, Jack. Way worse. All right, 407-916-1041. Of course, you can always text our show at 77031. I'd mentioned the Harry Sip and Savor earlier. Again, it's rosencenter.com. You can click right through there and then order your tickets online. I don't know if I gave the address out, so I want to make sure we got that taken care of. All right, we'll take a little break. Come back with Colbert Court and Glenn Klausman right after this.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
I was actually chiming in on the fact that you could buy a cannon. We
You
know
can.
this because we have bought a cannon on the show before.
Yeah, you can buy a cannon. You could buy like a big ass cannon if you wanted to. Hold on, let me rephrase that. You could buy a large cannon.
Ass cannon, I'm in.
If you want to.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, Central Florida. Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Thursday night forecast. That cold front that moved through earlier on this evening, bringing in much cooler air. That's going to tank our temperatures down into the 40s. So a very chilly Friday on tap, waking up to temperatures in the upper 40s, and highs only going to be throughout the low 70s as we head through tomorrow afternoon. Still going to be quite breezy, but we're going to keep that sunshine not only through your Friday, but through the weekend ahead as temperatures warm up.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Spring break road trip? Let's go! But first, drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change for a premium Valvoline oil change. No appointment needed. Save today at VIOC.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. We'll get you back on the road in no time.
Spending gold at Florida businesses just got easier. Meet the Goldback, Florida's very own local currency made with pure 24-karat gold. It's like cash, but without the inflation. To celebrate the launch of this new currency, we're giving away free half Goldbacks to Florida residents. It's your chance to experience spending real gold right here in Florida. Claim yours before they run out at freegoldback.com, and we'll ship it right to your Florida address absolutely free.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Are they promising you up to 10% growth per year guaranteed for your retirement income? If not, you need a new financial advisor. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hard-working folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 up front or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't work when you're supposed to be retired. And if any financial advisor tells you it's too good to be true, they simply don't have the options we do. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit CrushYard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you by comparing and finding the best rates. You could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
To everyone who loves the taste of tradition, come enjoy a classic Wisconsin fish fry at Culver's.
I'm Genesis from Culver's in Claremont, Florida. And here, family fish fry is a part of who we are. We've been serving up fish fry favorites for over 40 years, all thanks to the Culver family roots and Wisconsin Supper Clubs, the place where the fish fry was perfected. If you're craving something crispy on the outside and flaky on the inside, you've got to try our hand-battered North Atlantic cod. It's perfectly seasoned and my personal favorite. Or, if you're in the mood for a little extra crunch, our lightly breaded butterfly jumbo shrimp hits the spot every time. Whatever you order, I promise it will be made with love by a team who cares, because we want every guest to feel like family. That's just how we do it in Wisconsin. Dive into delicious with all your fish fry favorites at Culver's. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to delicious.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It's Ram Truck Month, where right now at your local Ram dealer, well-qualified current FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab 4x4 for $369 a month for 42 months with $3,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra, no security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Current vehicle must be registered to consumer at least 30 days prior to lease to qualify. Extra charge for miles over 35,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 3/31/25.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Two-plate state, that makes it easier for them to initiate these lights on our traffic signals. So coming from California, let's just say the front of my car went over the white line. Technically, I ran that light. I will receive a $550 ticket in the mail.
Damn, really?
So I think he votes no for having the front license tag.
Yeah, that's pretty penal there. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
You said penal.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah, he did.
Let's do Colbert Court.
What you are listening to is real. Well, sort of. The participants are not actors. That's a fact. This is, however, a real case that will be decided here in our forum, the Colbert Court.
That's right, Colbert Court brought to you by our good friend Glenn Klausman over at Klausman Law. That's KLAUSMAN Law.com. Office is right there in Winter Park. 407-917-1718. Car crash, call Klausman. Glenn is all about picking up his phone and taking care of you when you have an insurance issue for sure. Guys, good and loud for our friend, Mr. Glenn Klausman.
Thank you. I like that introduction. That's
I
nice.
like that. Very nice.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick before we get into the segment, have you ever been to Alcatraz out there in San Francisco?
I've been to San Francisco many times, but never decided I had no interest in going to Alcatraz.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's one of those things. It's a niche thing for sure, but it is a cool tour. Somebody just reminded me on the texting service that Alcatraz was actually somewhere where prisoners wanted to go. Really? And nobody really knew that. And one of the reasons why is the warden was very smart at Alcatraz. He offered consistently hot showers, and the food was considered the best in the prison system in all of California. And his thought process is if they had hot showers and a good full stomach, they would have fewer problems, and they didn't. They had fewer problems because the warden made sure that everybody was at least kind of happy. Right. As much as they possibly could be, and that caused a little bit of controversy because it was supposed to be penal, but the warden's like, they're here, they don't have any freedom, they're being penalized.
Right.
We don't need to add on to make it worse for everybody here, make it more dangerous.
Yeah.
Someone else.
They weren't going anywhere. That's
no, they were not.
Someone also texted that the prisoners at night could hear all of the parties going on in San Francisco.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, is it's closer than you think. So when you hear about the guys who swam across, when you get over there and you get off the shuttle or off the tender and you look across, you're like, damn, I feel like I could make it. And then you look at that water, it is a mad washing machine all the time.
And cold.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Glenn, we were telling everybody, and you told me earlier that we're going to kind of go over some of the legislation that's being forwarded now and how that could affect you as you set up for your insurance or maybe get into an accident. What may have changed? What's out there?
How it affects everyday people. Yeah, right now the legislature is in session, and they're considering a couple bills that will affect, potentially could affect both car insurance and homeowners insurance. What happened, a couple years ago was they changed the laws, and now, if you have a homeowner's claim, for instance, let's say you have a $50,000 roof claim that needs to be fixed, and your insurance company says, well, it's a $50,000 repair I need to do, but we'll offer you $40,000. And it used to be that if they were not being fair to you, that you'd be able to send them a notice saying, look, you're not being fair. I'm going to sue you. You've got 30 days to pay. If you don't pay, we're going to sue. Put them on notice. At that point, if they still said, no, we're not going to pay any more than $40,000, then you can file a lawsuit. And if you got more than the $40,000 they offered, why should you have to pay your attorney's fees when they were the ones that weren't being fair to you?
Right.
And the law was they would have to pay your attorney's fees. Well, that was taken away. So because it was taken away, there's no disincentive to insurance companies to not take advantage of the situation, and that's what's happened all over. I get a lot of calls.
Yeah, because if you lose, not only do you have to come up with a $10K that you're separated from, you also have to pay your own attorney's fees.
Right now,
and you were forced into the scenario to get an attorney to begin with because they weren't living up to their side of the bargain.
Right, and the problem is the attorney's fees will be much more than the $10,000 you're arguing over. So what would happen is before you had no problem finding an attorney to represent you if the attorney thought you had a decent shot. Now you can't find an attorney to represent you.
Right, yeah.
And especially because you'd have to pay them more than what's in dispute. And that also, I see that all the time now on car claims, car collision claims. I had a lady call yesterday where her car was repaired. It wasn't repaired properly. It had a dent in the back. She felt like even after it was repaired, it wasn't right. There were still some gaps. There were some other problems. The repair shop said, well, your insurance company's not going to pay any more to fix it, and they're only going to pay that amount. She contacted the insurance company and said, yeah, we closed your file. That's all we're going to pay. So now you can't find an attorney that will take that case because it would cost more money to fight to get her more money than it would the amount that it would take to fix it.
So
good.
What do we have as recourse as consumers?
As consumers, there is no recourse right now. Yeah. Same thing with when we had Jack's case. Remember Jack's case? They wanted to total the car. The car had to be totaled, and they didn't want to total it. And ultimately, we spent a lot of time on it. We got the insurance company to agree that they were wrong in the beginning. They totaled out the car. And instead of Jack having to pay me for the hours I worked on it, the insurance company had to pay me. And that's what the law was until a few years ago. Then when they changed the law, well, you have no recourse other than paying out of your own pocket a lawyer, and it's going to cost you more than what's in dispute usually. Or you could try to sue them on your own, which is...
it's a coin flip.
Yeah, right. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So now there's a bill pending. It's called... essentially, it's a loser pays bill. So if they don't offer you enough money and you go to court, and it's determined in court that you get more than they offered, then they would have to pay your attorney's fees. If you don't get more than you were offered, you potentially could have to pay their attorney's fees. So that keeps the frivolous cases from being filed.
Right.
People come to a lawyer and they say, look, I've got this, let's say a homeowner's claim, and if the lawyer thinks there's a chance that what the insurance company is offering is going to be enough, he's got to counsel that person saying, look, we can file a lawsuit, but if we lose, you're going to be in a hook for the insurance company's attorney's fees.
And you're going to have, and you would have already lost the money as well that they're not giving you.
Right.
So,
Right. So
let me ask you a question
Sure.
then. Outside of the insurance lobby, what is the logic behind laws like that? I mean, you just said frivolous lawsuits, but are there enough frivolous lawsuits to pass legislation that seems to be so penal to the remainder of Florida that isn't fraudulently, trying to scam their insurance company?
The insurance companies believe that any claims made for more than what they're offering are frivolous. That's the way it is. I mean, I've been dealing with this for a long time. Their definition of frivolous is asking for more than we're willing to pay. That's their definition of frivolous, really.
Right.
I mean, it really is.
That's their definition, but what's the definition in the law? Because, their definition doesn't mean anything. What a judge says matters, or what the legislation says matters. So how do they get beyond that?
Yeah, if there's no legal basis for filing a lawsuit, if there's no basis in law or fact for the lawsuit, the judge can sanction you and make you pay attorney's fees and costs to the other side. If there's no basis in law or fact for the case. That's it.
Do you find that judges rule more in favor for insurance companies or private citizens, or is it just how good the argument is? Is there a...
It depends more on the facts.
Yeah.
More on the facts of the case as to what's going on. Judges will listen to both the attorneys for the injured party make their argument and the attorney for the insurance company make theirs, and they'll rule on the facts. I was listening today to the committee meeting. It's called the House Banking and Insurance Committee meeting on these bills, and you would have these insurance lobbyists. They would come up to the microphone, not under oath, and they would say stuff that is just totally wrong to try to convince the members of the legislature who are on this committee that really probably don't know any better, that what they're telling them is true. They're telling them that this is going to raise rates, that even if they make a fair offer, what's going to happen is a jury or a judge will determine that the offer that they made was not enough.
Who argues those parts on the behalf of the policyholders? Is there an advocate for you guys? That
there is. There's the Florida Justice Association, which is the trial lawyers group, and also we had today the medical lobbyists there for doctors, because doctors are getting cheated on bills. What happens is when you buy car insurance, you're required to pay a premium for $10,000 to pay towards your medical bills on car insurance. Every car insurance policy has it. It's no fault coverage. Doesn't matter if you're at fault or not. Your bills are going to get paid up to $10,000. Well, what happens is insurance companies can say, well, we're not so sure that we should be paying those doctor bills. We're going to have you examined by a doctor that we pick,
right,
who they've used many times before, who they have a good feel for what the doctor's going to say.
Right.
That doctor examines you and says, you know what? I think what you're getting treated for is your pre-existing arthritis, or what you're getting treated for, you've already had enough treatment, you don't need it anymore, and they cut you off and don't pay anymore. And there used to be a recourse where when that happened, you could sue the insurance company. You first tell them, look, we're going to sue if you don't pay. You just don't file the lawsuit. There's requirements. You got to give them notice. You got to give them 30 days notice. You get it right. If you don't get it right, we're going to sue. They don't get it right, you sue. And if you win, the other side, the insurance industry, the company should be paying your attorney's fees rather than the person who's getting cheated.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So the legislation that's coming up now, the one you just mentioned a minute ago, is it meant to even this out a little bit more? I mean, and does it have a chance?
It certainly would. Well, I don't know that it has a chance because, I mean, even if the legislature passes it, we don't know what the governor's going to do. So,
right, yeah.
I don't know if it has a chance or not. Then the other issue up there, of course, is one we talk about all the time. In Florida, you're not required to buy car insurance that pays for someone else's injuries. One of the few states that this exists. And there's another bill up there that's been up there year after year that if it passes, you will be required to buy car insurance that if you injure someone else and it's your fault, your car insurance would have to pay whatever premium it is that you paid for that coverage, whether it's $15,000 or $25,000, whatever. Right now it's zero.
Yeah. And it's amazing considering the state and how many transient drivers we have in this state. You would think that would have never had a chance in this state because, again, you just have so many people that come from other countries that drive here, aren't familiar with our roads, aren't familiar with driving on the side of the road or even the side of the car for that matter.
And it's more than that. We have a state where there's so many people that aren't making really a fair wage.
Right, yeah.
And they don't have enough money to buy anything other than a basic car insurance.
Right, yeah.
And it's not their fault. They're just stuck in a situation where they can't afford to buy anything but the mandatory minimum requirements.
And they're literally one accident away from real financial devastation.
That's true. That's true. And when it happens, if you don't have uninsured motorist coverage, you're totally out of luck.
Well, Glenn, I wanted to ask you, someone texted us at 77031. Please ask Glenn what he thinks about tracking devices in your car that insurance companies provide and offer discounts. Is it a risk to have them?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a risk to have them. They are monitoring your driving, that's for sure.
And I know people who get really good discounts from having them.
Yeah, I mean, if you feel like you have no problem with the insurance company monitoring all your driving, then it's fine.
Doesn't your daughter have that? Have that thing on that monitoring thing for their insurance?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Drive Safe and Save.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
and you say it's effective, right?
Well, it's provided both she and my wife a discount when it came to renewal. They say by factoring in what we've what you had through the app is we've reduced your bill by this many hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. So it works. I mean, dash cams are another thing that works.
Yeah. Have you ever argued on behalf of maybe constituents of Florida for your stand up there in Tallahassee?
Yes, many times. It goes back a number of years, but I used to go up every year, and I'd go in front of the committee, and I'd explain to the committee of legislators why what the insurance industry is telling you is not correct, what the adverse effects are going to be that they're not telling you about, why what they're telling you, the law that's being proposed is not really what it is.
How do they react to you, a seasoned attorney, and this is your primary career focus, telling you to their face that they're being lied to by the insurance lobby that maybe just left the stand themselves. I mean, do they react to that at all? Do they ever question the insurance lobby at all?
They don't. You know, they should be putting everybody under oath that testifies in front of a legislative committee. They should be putting them under oath so that if they lie, there's some consequence, but they don't do that.
Is there a reason they don't do that, or is it just not required?
Because the insurance lobbyists don't want them doing
exactly.
it. Because big business doesn't want them doing it.
Wow. Maybe that's an amendment we should get behind and pass.
Well, that's just a rule.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
That's just a rule. The legislature can decide to pass themselves. And actually, the Speaker of the House had mentioned using it this time, and I haven't seen it used yet, but he had mentioned doing it. Because, you know, the whole brouhaha about how they shuffled money around saying they were all going broke and the money was being sent to their affiliates.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And that thing, you know, of course, like I talk to Deb about this quite often. I said, let's find out how quickly this will get buried. Haven't seen anything about it in about 10 days now.
Yeah, no, nothing
After
at
that,
all.
it was the hottest story out there for about a week, and then all of a sudden now there's nothing out there.
Yeah,
and I mean, it's fraud at a high level, tens of millions of dollars shifted around to make it look like a different story altogether.
Yeah, the problem is that all these insurance companies get together. They have these conglomerates that they set up that does the reporting and does the studies, and then they submit these studies to the legislators. And you try to look behind these studies, and it's very difficult. And when you start looking behind, you realize that a lot of it is just it's
Mumbo
not
jumbo?
true. It's not true.
It's just word
not
salad.
True. Yeah, they'll send, for instance, questionnaires. They'll send to all these different insurance companies, asking them, how many claims were filed that were dismissed without anybody ever recovering any money. And, you know, the only ones that respond are ones that, is it really trustworthy what they're telling you? And then they just assume all these things as fact.
Wow.
They send questionnaires out to the companies, and the companies in their best interest will provide the information that they want in the report.
Right.
And then this group that it has it looks like an auspicious, legitimate report comes out with all these supposed facts that if you start looking behind them, they're really not facts.
Wow, unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're hoping for this legislation to make it through so it can kind of get us back to some kind of norm, right?
Hoping to make it through. And the one where you have to buy some kind of bodily injury liability insurance to protect other people if you injure them, that passed last legislative session. But Governor DeSantis didn't like it and vetoed it. So we don't know what will happen this time. And we don't know if there's enough. If he decides he wants to veto it again, maybe they can override his veto. We don't know.
Wow. Well, it's always good seeing you, buddy, and thanks for this great information. I know everybody listening to us as we read on the texting service loves hearing all this so they can stay updated on what's going on. Everybody drives. Everybody's got to get to work. Everybody's got to get and do the things they want to do. And, of course, every time you get on the road in Florida or anywhere for that matter, you kind of, you need to be aware of what can happen to you legally through this. So we appreciate that.
And you know what would be helpful? If people feel like they've gotten cheated recently because of the changes in the law and the fact that they've been cheated and they can't get a lawyer, if they could let their legislators know. And if they don't know how to get a hold of the legislators, they can call me and I'll direct them to the right place. Because legislators need to hear from people, not just the lawyers and the doctors, real lobbyists coming in saying.
They need to hear from voters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Constituents, they need to hear from.
Absolutely. Give it up good enough for our man, Glenn Klausman.
Yay!
Klausman Law, KLAUSMAN Law.com. Offices right there in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash. Call that guy right there, Mr. Glenn Klausman. Good seeing you, big dog.
Thanks so much, guys.
All right, you got it. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. I'll tell you the scam they've been running in South Florida for the DMV next.
It's never been easier to listen to Real Radio 104.1 wherever you go. Make us your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app.
Hoping your ride right now in Orlando is a safe one. There are several delays you should know about, including the heaviest, the Turnpike southbound approaching the Oakland Exchange Colonial Drive exit. You're going to feel that all the way from County Road 561. Also on the Turnpike northbound approaching Osceola Parkway, a delay, as well as southbound after the 408. A right lane is blocked due to an incident. Right now also OBTS Central Florida Parkway, an incident, as well as I-4 eastbound approaching Lake Mary Boulevard. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber. HOA and condo board members, fiber internet has never been easier. Blue Stream Fiber simplifies the switch, helping your community save up to 50% while keeping residents happy. Their step-by-step process makes upgrading hassle-free. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio today.
Guys, you've been hearing me talk about the Harry Sip and Savor events now for many, many years, and there's a reason we've been doing these for many, many years. It is an awesome deal. It's an awesome good time, and what you get is far beyond the $75 per person you're going to pay. 6:30 this Saturday night at the Rosen Center Hotel, right there at Harry's Poolside Bar and Grill. It is going to be Sip and Savor, featuring cocktails from Bacardi and Heaven Hill, and of course, wonderful food from our friend Chef Tella Luna. And it gets going immediately with a nice reception cocktail, moving right into a savory cannoli, into lamb chops, into a sorbet, into plantain crusted halibut, stuffed pork loin, lemon panna cotta. You can't lose, guys. And there's only about 10 tickets left. So grab them now. Go to rosencenter.com. Click right through to the Harry's Poolside Bar and Grill. You'll see the little tab there. Get your tickets, or you can call 407-996-3970. It's coming up this Saturday night. We hope to see you there at Harry Sip and Savor.
Sunnyside Electric.
Hi, I've got a circuit breaker that keeps popping.
Okay, let me go online to get you scheduled.
That's great. Come on, what kind of a low-tech operation is this?
Here we go.
You've got mail.
I should have called Frank Gay.
When you have an electrical problem, you want a licensed and insured technician with the latest tools and technology to complete the job right. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Warning, if you're thinking about surgery to fix your chronic joint pain, stop, because surgery can be risky, painful, and come with a lengthy recovery time. But there is an alternative, a groundbreaking therapy that revitalizes damaged tissue with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. QC Kinetics has successfully treated tens of thousands of patients, freeing them from pain in their knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints. Before you resort to invasive surgery, find out if you're a candidate for this advanced regenerative therapy by calling 689-314-7578. Don't let chronic pain dictate your life any longer, and don't risk surgery. Learn more about the joint pain therapy endorsed by professional athletes and available now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. To find out if you're eligible, request a free consultation from QC Kinetics. You owe it to yourself to learn more about this surgery-free alternative with no drugs and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 689-314-7578. 689-314-7578.
The math ain't mathin'. RC Hill here. It's tax season and I'm freaking out. My accountant says I have too many 2024s and they must go. So right now, you could drive for just $10 down. So save your refund, because I'm paying way over appraised value for your trade regardless of miles or condition. And I'll even help you save up to $10,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. Plus at RC Hill Mitsubishi, we're all about affordability. So visit me to drive for just $10 down and save up to $10,000 on the award-winning 2024 Outlander top safety pick 7-passenger SUV, or the Mirage, voted best priced new car in America, starting at only $15,900 with rates as low as 0%. Plus, I've got over 200 certified used cars to choose from. But hurry, this deal's done once my accountant says I'm in the clear. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit and $10 down, require bank approval. Example, 2.9 APR for 60 months, $20 per month for $1,000 finance. Offer ends March 31st.
I know what you're going to say. I'm not the type to sue. I get it. But you also weren't at fault. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't ask to be injured. You didn't ask for these medical bills. And you didn't ask for your car to be smashed up. Want to fight to hold them accountable? Just call Mo.
Mom and Dad seemed different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 35% off. Plus, kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
At Sutherland Nissan Orlando, it's Savings Mania with new Nissans from $18,900. Titans up to $7,500 off MSRP or low 0% APR. The savings are huge at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. VIN number RL905513. MSRP 21.0. VIN number R10031. MSRP 51.15 plus tax and fees with approved credit.
Eustace Roofing, with over 65 years of experience in Central Florida, provides a VIP experience with an on-site crew lead, project manager, and expert team for every home. No wonder they won National Roofing Company of the Year. Visit eustaceroofing.com to schedule your free estimate.
Can you trust your home flooring needs to a 17-year-old kid that was in the paint department yesterday? No! Deal directly with Corey, the owner at Core Flooring. He'll beat anyone's price guaranteed. Core Flooring in Winter Park. Online at coreflooringfl.com.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey crew, you were talking about Lent earlier, and there's actually a really, really popular hot dog stand up here in Waterbury, Connecticut that's over 100 years old, and they have never ever, since the day they opened, served hot dogs on Friday all year round, not just during Lent. And I always thought, can you imagine the amount of revenue they lose every year just by doing that? That's talk about devout. Wow.
Yeah. Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
I mean, Chick-fil-A's policy has cost them, I mean, you could say billions, I think, pretty easily.
Hobby Lobby.
Yeah. Hobby Lobby as well. Yeah. Do not open on Sundays.
Nope.
You know who else doesn't open on Sundays? I just figured out that, funny enough, is Ace Hardware.
Really?
Yeah, Tools Ace Hardwares. I don't believe any Ace Hardware, because Ace Hardwares that aren't part of the Tools family are closed on Sundays, but I believe the Tools are also closed on Sundays as well.
Funky. By the way, I have to call you out.
Okay, well, let me do the introductions real quick, and then you can do that.
All right.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1. I am Jim. There's Deb. Jack is here as well. Call out, please.
Tools Ace Hardware open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Sunday.
Are they really?
Wow. All right, that's
okay. So there's something weird then. Maybe there's a location, because I know for 1,000% of a fact that I did go to one on, what part of town was that?
Maybe they just saw it was you.
No, it could have been. Well, I know it because I went to go pick up a chainsaw blade, and they were closed.
Could be the one in Eustis.
It may have been.
The one I was looking at is the Winter Garden store.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's their. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Error
That's
number
wild.
one.
Okay. Yeah. Good God. Matter of fact, I almost said I hope that's right.
No, apparently our last blast is tonight, Jimmy. See how low it's going to get?
Well, hold on for a
you
second.
missed that one.
Hold on.
Boy.
We need
So
we need to discuss this.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do. We do need to discuss it because
40s. That's a
40s
blast.
tonight, 71 is the high tomorrow.
Okay, so half of that is right. So I need to know how we score that.
75.
No, it's not 75.
Yeah, it is.
It's not. We didn't
Yeah.
say that. 70 degrees is
We're
the high.
saying it right now.
No, we're not either. You don't make the rules.
It's got to be under 75
You
and
don't
in the
make
40s.
the rules.
It's in the 40s.
So it will
That's
be
a
in
blast.
It's a push, Jack.
It will
It's a
be in the
blast.
40s tonight.
Yeah.
So 82 is the high today, 82, and then tomorrow the high is 71.
Yeah, 71 degrees. 71 to 73. I feel 73, really.
Yeah, what if it's
Yeah, but
not?
if it's
what if
70
it's 69?
You know what, Jack? It could be 69, and I'll be wrong. But until then, I'm
How
at
much?
least half
How much
right.
are you going to pay?
I'm not paying nobody, especially you, dude. There's no way you're not getting any.
Stir the pot.
You will
stir
get
the
0
pot.
pennies, my friend. 0 pennies
I
coming
don't
your
want
way.
pennies. I want pizza.
Here's a way. I tell you though, Jack. Here's a way you can baby side hustle. This is a story out of South Florida, and it's so funny. You know, I've said it before on the air, and I don't regret it because it's one of those things where you just say it because it's true.
Right.
But when a criminal enterprise does something brilliant, I'll go, you know what? That's really terrible. But it is pretty smart. This is one of those scenarios. I know Deb knows the story. Jack, have you heard the story yet?
I don't know what you're referring to.
Okay, in Miami, long lines and wait times have been the usual occurrence at South Florida driver's license offices. Now, I don't know that that's unique to South Florida. I think pretty much, isn't it a running joke in America that DMVs are some of the most clogged and time-consuming?
It used to be a nightmare. I just remember leaving so thankful that I didn't have to go back. That was up in Jersey.
Yeah.
And what I think really has been amazing is the reservation system. Because every time I use it here, my wait is minimal.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen any of the pictures or video coming out of South Florida, this isn't just a full DMV office. These are lines stretching outside the door for hours. And this has been going on for weeks. And they've been perplexed, like, what the hell is going on?
That's exactly
hours-long lines at every single DMV office. What is going on?
Then they had a bombshell revelation, Jack. Newly elected Miami-Dade tax collector, Daryl Fernandez, said one reason that people can't get appointments is why. Why do you think that no one could get an appointment, Jack? Because you're right. If you get an appointment, that's the smartest thing ever because you walk in, your wait time is minimal, 5-10 minutes. Usually by the time you register and check in, they're already calling your name. You're in and out, bing, bang, boom.
Oh, I love it.
On to your day. And you're right. There's nothing in the world like that because when you walk in, it could be a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
You could be there for hours. Why would you think that the lines are so big in Miami and so long?
Are scalpers getting a hold of the reservations and selling them?
Yeah. That's exactly
I was thinking,
what
what
happened.
would I do?
Well, and the funny thing is the first time when I saw this story, I was like, how much longer before this starts happening at Wekiva?
Right.
Well, we already brought it up yesterday. Someone said they were doing it.
Oh, did they really? I didn't even hear that.
That's when I said on the air those people should be punched.
Yeah. So that's exactly what happened. They
figuratively speaking.
They traced 100 of these reservations back to one phone number. So one phone number was calling. They were getting the reservations, and then I guess they're going online and trying to sell them online for up to
$1,000.
No, not quite that hot.
500?
$250.
Wow.
$250. $250 for a reservation. And can I tell you, if you're in a time crunch and your time is money, paying a couple $100 to be able to get in and out of there in 15 minutes is well worth it to some people. I mean, considering you could sit there for 2 or 3 hours if you get there at a bad time and you have to be there because of time scheduling.
Well, I was going to make the joke that that $250 should have been bumped up to $500 because I'm not sure if it's going to cover their bail. But I don't know if this is, is this even technically illegal?
It's not at first. That's the whole, it says it's crazy. The lady says, "Oh, it's crazy, but it is genius."
Because it is.
Yeah, it is genius. They said the offer discovered the scalping of the tax collector's office to take over the DMZ offices in line with other counties in Florida. Software reportedly showed that a single phone number was linked to multiple appointments. Those phone numbers were linked to various companies, and basically it's companies that were scooping these up and then going online and selling them. For up to $250, and again, if they have them all, it's just like the concert ticket thing back in the day, right?
Oh, you mean this year?
Yeah, they had. Didn't they alter some of the abilities to do that, Jack? Didn't you tell me that during the Springsteen thing that they did? Like, is it just the fact that he only releases certain tickets to certain people to avoid scalpers buying up giant blocks of them?
Yeah, well, I just know they have the ticket limit. Oh,
they do?
Yeah, you can only buy so many for a group, like 4 or 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that through the normal, like Ticketmaster or stuff like that?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Did not know that. I thought it was just the either the vendor or the artist could control that.
You can't get in and just order like 20 tickets.
Oh, you can't?
No, one person through Ticketmaster.
4 tickets, that's it.
4 or 6.
Is that
usually,
it? Yeah. They're saying that by April 1st, they're going to get this kind of tuned up so that you can't do that anymore. I guess maybe 1 reservation per phone call is what they're going to try to get the software to do.
All the other scammers are like, damn it.
Yeah.
Or for a reservation to be honored, it has to be at the phone number provided.
Yeah. Like they have to show it coming from that number. Yeah.
Well, that would make sense.
They figured it out. But, as a rule, you don't want your county commissioner going, you know what, it's a brilliant idea. It's crazy smart. It's what it is.
Well, maybe now the county commission is like, this could be a tax revenue source for us.
Exactly.
Could help fund the DMV.
Like like a fast pass it, like Disney.
You pay for premium service.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's wrong with that?
I would not be surprised if they actually are having a discussion about that right now.
Federal government is doing it for citizenship in the country.
Exactly.
You're 1,000% right.
Golden ticket.
$5 million.
Yeah, exactly. So why not here?
Gosh, dog, that's crazy. Great idea, though.
Well, don't say that.
Yeah, because next thing you know, your DMV is going to start charging you to go in.
Oh yeah, and I got the best DMV because I think people don't realize
you don't have the best DMV.
I think I do.
Jack, I'm telling you,
You do
don't.
not have the best DMV.
Jack, I'm telling you.
I think I do.
You
Jack,
don't.
Yeah.
Jack, listen. I love you dearly.
Yeah, say the words. Say the words Lake County so I can laugh.
Yeah, trust.
The one off David Walker?
Trust
Forget
me,
about
trust
it.
me, I'll tell you. That place she's talking about.
That's the bomb.
Do you know how many? I think there are.
Don't say bomb when it comes to DMV.
Jack, I think there are 25 stations.
Easy.
I think there's 2 wings of stations at this DMV. There is 0 waiting. Last time I went in, no appointment, like walked in out of the blue. I didn't even get to sit down. By the time I registered and got my ticket, I was headed to my chair and they called my name.
And I think the last time I was there, Jimmy, may have been around the time that you realized that your tag or something had been suspended from unpaid tolls.
Yes.
And you didn't know.
And I did not know.
And it was the DMV that told you.
Yeah, the DMV told me.
I was sitting next to a guy at the DMV who had heard that show and found out his license was suspended and he was there to fix it. He had no idea until he was listening to the Jim Colbert show and
All
what
right.
happened to you, and then he fixed it.
I'll amend it. I have the best DMV for law-abiding citizens. Ne'er-do-wells.
Not hardened felons like us.
Hey, listen, I just laughed because I remembered him knocking out the light at the drug dealer's house. So.
Yeah. They need to make a better effort to let you know that you've screwed up. I got to feel that.
Yeah.
That's some legislation we need. I mean, that's a serious situation. If your license is suspended because of a toll thing, they just go, oh, by the way.
Yeah, you have no idea.
I think they send you one letter. And if you don't get it, if something gets messed up and you don't get it, that is all they have to do is like send you one letter or a text now maybe and just going, oh, by the way, you have some unpaid tolls and your license is suspended as of right now.
By the way, they would most likely only do that by letter. So if you do get a text that says that your license has been suspended, but you can reinstate it by paying and hit this link here, do not hit that link.
And it costs too. God, I think it cost me like $150 or something after that.
Wow. It's a good thing you carry it.
$150 just because of a silly little mistake.
How do your kids handle this, Jimmy? I don't even know if you are aware because they're kind of older now.
Yeah.
However, when it comes to mail and email, it seems like there's so much more garbage that comes in your mail.
Yeah.
So now a younger generation like ignores all of it and then will miss some of the important stuff. Where we grew up, it was like, oh, you always check the mail.
Yeah, Christmas morning.
Yeah, you make sure, you got whatever important stuff, and then, then the junk stuff you get rid of. But it's like, I don't know if it's just my kids or what they, assume that they pay very little interest in the mail. Like,
they're not used to it.
Like,
I mean, it's a part
there's
of their
something
culture.
important in here,
Right.
And this one I can tell. You know when it's a credit card too.
Right.
You know when it's the nondescript envelope, but you can feel it. I'm like, I think you want to open this one.
Yeah. I think I get a letter about every other day from my health insurance company. And I don't even know what for because I never open them. I just tear them in half and throw them away.
It's for Hinge Health.
No, it's got to be something else.
No, it's not. They want you to do a program. I did it, and I got a free massager. You know those gun massagers?
Did you really?
It's a $70 massager.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
What do you use that?
Massaging.
Yeah, but what do you use it? Where
He
do you
gives
put
it to the missus.
Yeah, but where do you put it, Jack?
Well, we both use it. She uses it on my back.
Uh-huh.
And that's where we'll leave it. But I'm just saying.
And I use it on her front.
Yeah. And those things can go way more than 70.
Yeah, you got to be very careful with that,
by the
dude.
way, got
It's
it
like
for free.
rabbit punching your what?
Got it for free. Show title is Rabbit Punching Your What? I'm back.
Sugar.
Oh,
By the way,
there's the rabbit, there's
my wife
the
has one of those.
dolphin.
My wife has one of those. It's 3 speeds, and she put that thing on 1. I'm going. They added 2 more. There's 2 more speeds in this thing. God, that was about to shake my teeth out of my face.
We still
You're not
need
supposed to put it in your mouth.
Shut up, Jack. I didn't read the instructions. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show. Back in 1 sec. Hang loose.
You might not have many friends, but we definitely don't. So, hey Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Right now, some delays you should know about, including the Turnpike northbound that's approaching Osceola Parkway from US 192, as well as southbound of the Turnpike approaching the Colonial Drive Oakland Exchange exit. Right now, I-4 delays include eastbound approaching World Drive, westbound after Osceola Parkway, and also, again, eastbound approaching Central Florida Parkway from State Road at 536. Right now, also an incident Conroy Windermere Road at Apopka Vineland Road. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by In Touch Ministries.
Listen to the In Touch Radio Network on iHeartRadio, featuring the biblically based teachings of Dr. Charles Stanley. Just search for the In Touch Ministries channel on the iHeartRadio app or visit intouch.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Jim Colbert Show question of the day is brought to us by WeAreNotTheBanks.com. That's Brad Siebert and the crew over there at We Are Not the Banks. Mortgage lenders, also licensed in all 50 states. Brad Siebert and his team, they did my refi many years ago, but it's more than just refis and mortgages. It could be debt consolidation for you. If you are a business owner, they handle commercial loans. A move-up buyers program where you can use the equity in your current home to put a down payment on your forever home, which is a great program that they have. And new construction as well. Many different programs. And the guy who knows is Brad Siebert. And you contact him online at wearenotthebanks.com for all your mortgage needs. It's wearenotthebanks.com. NMLS ID number 150953, Equal Housing Opportunity.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassy's Meat Market, the best place to buy a Big Green Egg.
Hey guys, not feeling like yourself? Visit Game Day Men's Health, one of the nation's largest men's health clinics, specializing in testosterone replacement therapy, ED treatments, medical weight loss, and shockwave therapy, with locations in Winter Park, Lake Mary, and downtown. They can create a customized game plan for you. Set up your free testosterone test and consultation. GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Mention 104.1 and get a second service free when you buy one. Game Day Men's Health, helping men perform and feel their best.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever for a single line. Just $45 per month when you bring your phone, which is less than you spend on Too Tired to Cook takeout every week. Get one line on Unlimited Welcome for $45 per month with AutoPay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Orlando Verizon store by April 2nd to save. $20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on Unlimited Welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 689-305-2853. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 689-305-2853. That's 689-305-2853.
The math ain't mathin'. RC Hill here. It's tax season and I'm freaking out. My accountant says I have too many 2024s and they must go. So right now, you could drive for just $10 down. So save your refund, because I'm paying way over appraised value for your trade regardless of miles or condition. And I'll even help you save up to $10,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. Plus at RC Hill Mitsubishi, we're all about affordability. So visit me to drive for just $10 down and save up to $10,000 on the award-winning 2024 Outlander top safety pick 7-passenger SUV, or the Mirage, voted best priced new car in America, starting at only $15,900 with rates as low as 0%. Plus, I've got over 200 certified used cars to choose from. But hurry, this deal's done once my accountant says I'm in the clear. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit and $10 down, require bank approval. Example, 2.9 APR for 60 months, $20 per month for $1,000 finance. Offer ends March 31st.
Mills Air and Business since since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you. By comparing and finding the best rates, you could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
Did you know that 40% of adults can't explain what a tax deduction is?
I can't either.
Well, we're here to help. I'm Leah Palmieri.
And I'm Matt Stillo.
And this season on Grown Up Stuff, we're making taxes way less scary.
There's no other time in life where you're like, am I going to get back $4,000 or am I going to owe $10,000? It's like the crappiest casino.
Listen to Grown Up Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Grown Up Stuff and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Radio now comes with moving pictures. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
It's in Orange County, down in Lee Vista. They got 50 plus windows, stations, and usually in there no more than 15 minutes max from the time you input your number and get your ticket number before they call you. It is very, very, very fast.
Good after morning, Colbert Coru. And yeah, Jimmy, you're right. You're not gonna owe Jack money. You're gonna owe me money, because I'm still calling 2 more cold blasts before the dreaded heat of summer.
Oh God,
comes to smother us all.
Yes.
Big T.O.
Hey, buddy.
You know how he's going to get that money too, right?
How do you not know why? How? What's he gonna do?
It's gonna be a little Fayez Cara-ish.
He's gonna take an escalator up to my back pocket.
Yeah. He's gonna make you talk dirty to him.
No. I don't know if you guys know, but Little D lives in a sock that hangs up behind his mom's house.
Don't give him a sock. It'll free him.
All right, buddy. I love you, buddy. All right, 407-916-1041. Text 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is her as well.
You got to pay up, Jimmy. If it goes under 50, you
what
got
do
to
I owe
pay.
you guys? What is it, though? What did I bet? It's like 10 bucks?
I think it's like $100.
It is lunch.
I think it was lunch.
I'll get a pizza. I'll get us some pizza.
I thought it was $100.
It wasn't $100. God almighty.
Deb, we're not getting 100, but we might get pizza.
Deb has
Only
one.
Jack.
Deb has one paranormal experience, and all of a sudden she wants $100.
Yeah, you got to lay up the shot.
Yeah, man. That's keeps
Next
getting
week.
freakier every day.
Next week, because we have Elixir tomorrow.
Yeah,
because we are all getting ready for the Orlando City match this Saturday night. I will be pre-gaming at Elixir downtown Orlando. Half-price wings, $3.50, Corona, $3, Mick Ultra, shots of tequila and lemon drops. Plus, I'm giving away a pair of tickets to welcome the Rockville. Whoa!
Yeah. And that's not just a pair of tickets. That's a pair of tickets for all 4 days, GA.
Holy
That's
cow.
worth it for you, Hundo.
Yeah, it is. And he'll have some cigars as well if you want to drop by.
Wow.
It's going to be fun. We'll be hanging out. Show Me Real Radio is your #1 preset on the app. and register you to win for those tickets. But heading over to Orlando City after that for the match. Big match.
DC United. Hopefully they'll win. That'd be good to get up to a nice hot start.
5 o'clock this Saturday at Elixir.
All right, so for a couple of days now, I've been telling you guys that there is one county here in Central Florida that has the highest and the lowest rent in the Central Florida area. Not the state, but the Central Florida area.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to take a shot at these couple of cities? Okay, let's do it for where do you think the highest rent is in the Central Florida area right now?
So Orange County, Central Florida. So,
yeah, because we've already gone over this.
Especially for you.
Right? Because Central Florida. Can we go ahead and figure out what counties are Central Florida to you guys?
Yeah.
Because you have this crazy map you live by.
Well, Polk.
Okay, so Polk.
Lake.
Seminole, Orange, Osceola, Volusia, Brevard.
Yes. Correct. I'm good with that.
All those are good.
That's
all right.
Central Florida.
So all of the cities that are within those boundaries.
Orange County.
We already said before it was in Orange County.
Yeah, not Orange
Seminole County.
All right. No, give me the city. What city do you think has the highest rent in all of the Central Florida area? In the place I thought everybody would say is pretty obvious.
Orlando.
Yeah, but what city?
So wait,
I just said
so
Orlando.
we're back in. So we're in Orange County again.
Orlando proper, I understand, but I'm talking about you Altamont,
like
DeLand,
Windermere,
Windermere,
Park.
I mean, all those places. I mean, like cities like that, like areas or regions or whatever.
Winter Park.
Winter Park is the obvious choice, not even close.
Right.
I was thinking Kissimmee.
Nope.
Now it's just the highest.
This is the highest one,
not the average.
This is not the average. This is the highest rent right now. It is not Heathrow.
Maitland.
It is not Maitland. All of these places are exactly what I would have guessed. Now, I do have a bit of insight, and I have mentioned this over the last 2 weeks.
Windermere.
Winter Garden.
Not Winter Garden or Windermere. You're getting a little warmer.
Lakeland.
Warmer. Winter warmer.
No,
Winter warmer.
Claremont.
Claremont is the answer.
Really?
Wow.
As of right now, Claremont, Florida, has the highest average rent of any city in Central Florida.
You're kidding.
I am not kidding you. Right now, the average rent in Claremont is $1,650 for a one-bedroom apartment.
What?
A one-bedroom apartment in Claremont, Florida is $1,650. Just to give you an idea of where that falls, Winter Park, by the way, per capita, Winter Park and Windermere are the most affluent parts of Central Florida by $1 million. It's not even close. Winter Park is $1,440. Claremont's a full $200 a month more than Winter Park, where you could go to Winter Park and buy a two-bedroom, two-bath house and it costs you $1.5 million.
Right. Wow.
Where do you think the cheapest rent is in Central Florida?
Well, you said it's in the same county. And let's see. So Claremont is Lake County. So Eustis?
Nope.
It's not Mount Dora.
No, it definitely is not Mount Dora.
No, not Mount Dora. Umatilla.
Yeah, I don't know.
Warmer.
I don't know these Lake County places.
Tavares?
You know this one for sure.
No,
No,
Tavares is nice.
Leesburg.
Leesburg is the answer.
Really?
$1,190 is Leesburg. Excuse me. Not $1,030 is the average for a one-bedroom apartment in Leesburg.
Mm-mm.
And one of the reasons I think that Lake County is growing so quickly is because a number of the cities out there are relatively affordable. Of course, Claremont is not, but all the places you just said, by the way, which are beautiful spots.
Yeah, exactly.
Tavares, Leesburg, and really the drive isn't as bad as people think it is. I'm here from my house to Maitland in 32 minutes. Now, of course, that's toll roads. And it's gas money, but still the ability to live rurally, have a little property is way better than living close to Orlando because I can drive into town anytime I want.
It took me longer to get to this radio station in Maitland when I lived in Delaney Park than it does for me to drive in from Mount Dora.
Deborah, 7 more minutes. 7 more minutes
Easy.
is all it takes for me to get from Eustis, and it took me almost just 7 minutes less to get from Baldwin Park to here.
Yeah, because traffic.
Because the traffic is a complete nightmare. And for
Yeah.
you and I both, we're pretty much on the big roads the instant we leave here.
And that makes all the difference.
We're going 80 miles an hour, 8 minutes after leaving the radio station. We are hauling ass home.
8 minutes after. What are you talking about? I do that in 2.
So
You guys should take mass transportation like I do.
Yeah.
10-minute ride on the subway here.
By the way, it's funny you should mention that. Lake County just got a $1 million bond to kind of bolster their bus system out there. to be able to travel back and forth to little cities out there in Lake County.
Well, it makes sense with all the damn people they're dragging out there.
So here we go. Here are your most expensive and least expensive areas in Central Florida. If you are out there looking to rent, if you're looking for cheaper rent, Leesburg is the cheapest, $1,030 for your average one-bedroom apartment. Then it's Ocala. That's a little out of our area.
Yeah.
That's Marion County, but either way. Palm Bay at $1,240, Daytona Beach at $1,280, Ormond Beach at $1,290, Altamont Springs coming in at $1,300 a month for a one-bedroom apartment.
Damn.
Winter Park at $1,440. Orlando proper at basically $1,500. It's $1,490. Sanford, $1,530 in Sanford. And what you're seeing here is you're seeing little niche areas that are starting to blow up, like Winter Garden, Sanford. All these little hip areas are starting to kind of feel themselves a little bit, and those rents are getting high because people want to live out of the Orlando area, but they still want access to fun stuff to do, bars, restaurants.
Yeah.
And all of these little places we're mentioning have that in spades.
Man,
Apopka at $1,540. But
Apopka's blowing up.
Yeah, because when there's so much development on the Wekiva side of Apopka going up toward the Sorrento area, that's what's making that go up.
Oh, absolutely.
And then Kissimmee, you were close, by the way, $1,590.
Dude.
15, and that's got to be because of its access to Disney, right?
I would imagine.
Yeah, got to be.
Yeah.
Somebody said they were paying $1,650 in Metro West.
Yeah, which is crazy. That's home invasion capital of the world, or it was
Just,
for a while.
Yeah.
And part of this story, this is Fox 35 Orlando, guys. If you want to check out the entire thing, renting right now is cheaper than owning.
Yeah.
While homeownership is a financial goal for many Americans, rising mortgage rates and persistently high home prices have made renting a much more affordable option than owning a home with a mortgage. Not to mention, with your rent, your insurance and taxes are all built into that. And when you own a home, that can get scary.
Very
property
scary.
taxes around this area are completely out of. I mean, it's out of touch.
It's out of control and out of touch. Considering, like you said, Jimmy, when we were on with Glenn, how that insurance fraud story somehow got buried and no one's talking about that as we're heading into hurricane season is crazy to me.
It is. It's super crazy. 407-916-1041. And then also, just another little tidbit here before we get to break and get over to trivia. They released the Asthma and Allergy Research Foundation released the most challenging places to live if you have seasonal allergies, and there is a gigantic surprise. This is the top 10. There's a gigantic surprise. How many cities in Florida do you believe made the top 10 list for allergy issues?
6.
10.
Not even one.
Really?
Yeah, not even one, which I found amazing because of our climate down here. We have, isn't everything kind of perpetually blooming or blossoming or sporing?
It is. And maybe that's the difference.
Just because you're used to it?
Yeah, and it's like a slow trickle. Like you constantly deal with it at random times. I had allergy issues in New Jersey, and it would get really bad, and I was miserable for a while, and I never felt it as bad down here as I did up there.
Really? Yeah. Does the humidity help us with allergies? Do we know that? Like, you would think, okay, here's my logic, and it's going to be stupid, but I'll say it.
You're a giver.
Yeah, I am a giver.
He is a giver.
When the air is heavy, does the humidity bind on to the spores or weigh down the spores so that they don't stay in the air as long? Does that make any sense at all?
It does, but I don't know if by the time the humidity arrives, we're still blooming as heavily as we are right now. And the unfortunate thing is that because we're having such a dry spring and windy spring, if you do suffer from allergies, I mean, look around. Every single car has that lightly yellow-green, yellow haze on it from all the pollen from the trees.
And Deb, you would know this more than me. I mean, do the oak trees or the trees pollinate in a different season than like flowers or other fauna like that?
I believe so. I believe I've noticed that the trees have all been, popping. You see all the fresh, young, new leaves.
Oh, yeah.
The little oak things that are falling on your car.
It's the oak that kills me.
Oh, the oak, when it lands on my skin, I can feel it immediately.
Jack, is that what gets you? Is the oak, or is it more like weeds and grass and stuff?
I think it's oak.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
And cats.
Yeah, you'll never get this. I'll tell you what. I will buy
Nice
lunch.
try.
I'll give you both 2 guesses.
Ooh, 2 lunches.
I'll give you both 2 guesses, and I'll even give you a hint. And if you can guess this, I will definitely bring us lunch tomorrow. It's in the Midwest, or Midwest, or
right.
And this is the number one bad city for allergies right now. or for the season.
Davenport, Iowa popped in my head.
That's very good.
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Also a great guess.
It's not the Twin Cities.
Is that a guess?
It's the Twin Cities.
No.
Well, you got to pick one, Deb. I'll take the other.
I prefer Minneapolis.
I'll help you. No, it's neither one of the Twin Cities.
Okay, give us the state.
Well, if I give you the state, you're going to know immediately.
Well, you said you were going to give us a hint.
Starts with a W.
Wabash.
Starts with a W, and that's a city.
Midwest.
Wichita.
Is the answer. You got
Nice,
pizza
Deb.
coming tomorrow, courtesy of Deborah Roberts.
No. We have
Next
a
week.
elixir tomorrow.
Oh, next week, then.
That's 2 pizza days next week.
Did you see how disappointed Jack got? No.
Don't mess with free food. We already have free food.
He was immediately mad.
He was pouty. No.
I wanted to correct you when you first promised it.
He literally crossed his arms like a little boy.
Tomorrow doesn't count.
Yeah. New Orleans, Louisiana. Number 2, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Memphis, Tennessee. Little Rock. Raleigh, North Carolina. Richmond, Virginia. Greenville, South Carolina. And Greensboro, North Carolina are apparently the allergy don't go areas right now. Man, my poor buddy Code Black. And when the allergy season hits him, he has to have the injections for it. Didn't you tell me that Chris is the same way?
Chris has to go to an allergist, every single month and get injections.
So I don't know if there's anybody out there this bad, and I don't know if you've ever. He can't leave his house. Like, he will lock himself in his room with a machine that purifies the air or cleans the air.
He's got it bad.
Like a HEPA thing. He can't leave the house. His entire face will swell shut, and it will last for days.
Oh, this has got to be the miserable season for him.
It's either that or a heroin problem. It's one of those two issues. Yeah, no, he really suffers bad. And the funny thing is he and my wife have the same exact allergy. So when one of them is fighting it, they both are fighting it, and then I have the other one. They're both like weeds and grass,
right?
And I'm
trees.
oak.
Yeah,
I'm oak. When that oak starts going, man, and you can feel it tingling in the back of your nose, and you just like, oh God,
here we go.
I don't know if you guys I can get flu symptoms from it.
Oh,
I get aches and pains and fever sometimes.
I forget how sick you feel, and it's just quote unquote just allergies.
It's the worst ever too, because your nose is running. Everybody thinks you have a Coke problem.
Your eyes are watery.
Oh yeah. And then everybody thinks you're high all the time. It's a great cover. All right, 407-916-1041. Load them up. Trivia is next.
Do you want to play a game? Good. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is next. Call now, 407-916-1041.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Blue Bloods, Cinderellas, and teams in between are clashing. It's the first full day of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Florida will open their tournament run tomorrow night. Top-seeded Gators will face Norfolk State in the West region. That's in Raleigh, North Carolina. And a push for Orlando's Camping World Stadium to host the Jacksonville Jaguars during their stadium renovations is ramping up. Orange County leaders will get details next week. I'm Scott Davidson.
That feeling of owning your first Mercedes-Benz is hard to believe, but it's real. From the leather stitching to the iconic design, every element of a Mercedes lives up to its reputation. See for yourself at your local dealer. Offers are waiting.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Man, if you haven't been over there, if you haven't even thought about going to Life Imaging FLA, you got to do that. Here's why. It's time for you to be proactive when it comes to your long-term health. A lot of people really don't think about heart issues, but if you have this in your family's history, you need to start thinking about it, because here's the thing. That plaque can start building up in your heart, and you'll never know it. And then you get a symptom. That first symptom could be bad news. It is time to be proactive, not reactive. Don't wait for that symptom. Get to Life Imaging FLA. Get this free heart scan to make sure that you are okay, and it will tell you everything. And remember, you don't have to take off your clothes. There are no dyes or injections, and the entire process only takes a few minutes. So don't wait. Do what I did, my wife, my in-laws, and so many people in Central Florida. Get this free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. Here is how you make your appointment. It's easy. Simply pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say that keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Make that appointment, get over there, get this scan, and take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit CrushYard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Now through March 31st, get great deals on everything you need for your lawn and garden at Tools Ace Hardware. Miracle Grow Potting Mix, Sunnyland Fertilizers, and Mulch are all on sale. Tools Ace Hardware's helpful associates have the answers to all of your lawn and garden questions and will gladly load up your mulch, soils, and fertilizers for you. Also, check out the biggest sale ever from Steel Outdoor Power Equipment at Tools' 11 full-line steel locations, or bring in your equipment for a quick tune-up for the season. Tools Ace Hardware's 13 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery.
Brought to you by the Capital One Saver Card. As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports, Capital One wants to help you hear more about today's top female athletes, learn more about your favorite teams, and earn more, like unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, and grocery stores. So enjoy the game, the meal, the show, and earn unlimited 3% cash back with the Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Thank you for making Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennia.
Can you trust your home flooring needs to a 17-year-old kid that was in the paint department yesterday? No! Deal directly with Corey, the owner at Core Flooring. He'll beat anyone's price guaranteed. Core Flooring in Winter Park. Online at coreflooringfl.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, that Claremont is up there on that mountain, that big old hill, huh? A lot less flooding going on during storms. Seems like a best bet, you know what I'm saying? Remember all that flooding we had not too long ago? All right, great show.
Jackson's going to be at Elixir this weekend, Saturday, for the Orlando City pregame party. They're basically giving food away there. It's like crazy prices on wings, $3.50 beers, $3 shots and lemon drops.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. He's going to have a pair of tickets to all 4 days at Rockville. Welcome to Rockville.
You want to make Jack Bradshaw your best friend Saturday night.
All you need to do is show up, though. You need to show him that you have the iHeartRadio app and that we're the #1 preset. When you show him that, you get in that drawing for those tickets.
Absolutely. We are number 13 in the nation, and we want to move up. So we need your help with the presets. But join me. We'll have a lot of fun at Elixir starting at 5 o'clock this Saturday. We'll hang out for a bit, maybe have a few drinks, give away some prizes, and then head on over to Inter & Co Stadium to watch Orlando City take on DC United. Very nice. Go. Elixir is on Washington, right near the corner of Orange Ave. You can find them online easily at elixirorlando.com.
Very nice. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well, and he's got the Jackie sack. Let's find out what is in it.
All aboard.
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo. Clickety-clack. Pair of tickets. We were just talking about the game. If you want to go to Saturday night's soccer match, I have tickets for you to see Orlando City take on DC United. If you want to buy your tickets to the match, you can simply do that at orlandocitysc.com/tickets. But tickets to Saturday night soccer match is one of the prizes. The other prize, something you could win before you can buy. That's because they're not even on sale yet to the general public until this Friday at 10 a.m. But you can win them tonight. Tickets to see Glass Animals at the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater. That concert is happening June 19th. But again, tickets go on sale tomorrow at 10. You can win them right now for JCS Trivia.
Very nice.
Back to you, Clickety Clack.
You got it, Deborah. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, young lady.
I'm feeling 3.
3 is Megan. Megan, how you doing?
Hey, Jim, I'm great. How are you?
Doing wonderful. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's do it then.
Want to play a game?
All right, Megan, this is a real easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of these answers, Megan, it is a lie.
No.
Trying to fool you, Megan, but if you can see through it, I will send you over to the Jackie Sack, and you can choose something for your liking. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. On this day in 2019,
okay,
Finland is voted the happiest country in the world. That's true. In 2019, they won it 8 years in a row.
Yeah.
It just happens to be today, and I needed something for trivia. Here are 3 fun facts about Finland and 1 ice-cold lie. We're talking about Finland, Megan. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, Finland has more heavy metal bands per capita than any other country in the world. Number 2, the graphing calculator was invented by Matti Mäkinen, who is from Finland. Number 3, in Finland, it's customary for children to have 2 birthdays, one with friends and the other one with family. Or lastly, Finland consumes more coffee than any other country per capita, about 26 pounds per person annually. Which of those is a lie?
The last one, Jim.
No, that's absolutely true, unfortunately. 26 pounds of coffee per person in Finland. It is a national treasure.
Colombia thanks you.
They drink it perpetually, all day long, every day. Finns love coffee.
Wow.
All right, 1, 2, 4, or 5?
2.
2 is James. James, how you doing, boss?
I'm doing great. How about you guys?
Good, buddy. We're talking about Finland. Which one of these is not true? Number 1, Finland has more heavy metal bands per capita than any other country in the world. Number 2, the graphing calculator was invented by Matti Mäkinen, who is from Finland. Or lastly, in Finland, it's customary for children to have 2 birthdays, one with friends and the other with family.
I'm going to go with the second one.
That's the one, buddy. You're a winner! There you go. The graphing calculator was not invented by Matti Mäkinen, but there is something that was, and I'll tell you what that is in a second.
Oh, boy.
Finland does have more heavy metal bands per capita than any other country in the world, and if you know anything about like dark metal or black metal or, you know, there's a number of things, death metal, a lot of those bands that you know are from Finland, Norway,
Denmark.
Sweden,
Yeah,
Denmark. They're into it.
Yeah, they are.
They like it a lot. And it's funny, there's a golfer on the PGA Tour named Victor Hovland, and the tour is so buttoned up, country, Lee Greenwood, it stinks. But this is the one guy they ask him, like, what do you listen to? And he's like, you know, Morbid Death. He's out there chipping and putting. Angel of Destruction.
Right.
In Finland, it is customary for kids to have 2 birthdays, one with their friends and the other with family. A few other things you may not know about Finland before we get to the top of the hour.
Yeah, Finland.
Mobile gaming app phenomenon Angry Birds was created in Finland.
Really?
Yeah. Also, there's another one, Jack. What is another very popular
Tetris?
It's got
would have been
Candy
Russia.
Crush. It's got like Vikings or something as part of it. It's something Castle or something. There's another one of those real popular, you know, apps like that that is also developed in Finland as well. How many lakes do you think there are in Finland? And I'll give you an example. If you get within 1,000, I'll give you a prize.
2,500.
4,000.
187,888 lakes in Finland.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's a bunch. Yeah, that's a whole bunch.
Takes away that title from Minnesota.
What percentage of Finland is covered in forests?
Oh, don't tell me this. You're going to make me want to move. 52. Oh, it's greater than that. 61. I'm going 61.
Jack, what percentage of Finland is covered in forests? Deb says 61.
With all those lakes. I'm gonna. Oh, it's gonna be loud, isn't it?
It is. It is. He made a face at my 61 like, oh, you're cute.
Oh, 80%.
74% of Finland is forest.
Wow.
How about that? Cool,
Oh.
And a lot of lakes.
Finland drinks more of this per capita than any other country in the world.
Finlandia. The great vodka.
Not bad. Is it Finlandia?
No. It's funny though. They're the largest consumer of coffee and this
beer.
No.
Well, what's the opposite of coffee?
Bourbon.
What goes with the coffee?
Cream. But milk.
Yeah, milk is the answer.
Oh my God.
Per capita, Finland drinks more milk than any other country in the world. How many liters?
They're coming after Wisconsin.
How many liters per year per person?
All right, you've got coffee, milk, forests, and lakes.
When you think about
death
this,
metal, I'm buying my ticket now. I am buying my ticket now.
How many liters per? No, how many liters? A pretty good amount, right? What that would be like? What 3 full glasses of milk?
Yeah. Think of a 2-liter bottle.
Yeah,
Half
yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
How many per year per person?
5. Oh, so way low, Dad. No, 70.
I'm gonna go 25.
130.
Whoa!
They drink it with almost every meal.
Because it should.
130 liters per person per year. You figure that's a glass a day pretty much every day of the year when you break that down. And then lastly here, what is something that is used? Now, this is what Mackie Mäkinen really invented, and we use it every day. Every day of our life for at least the last probably 15 years, every single American has done this for sure that is of adult age. They use this, and it was invented in Finland by Maddie Mäkinen. Text messaging.
No.
Yeah, text messaging was invented by Maddie Mäkinen, who is a Finn. Also, that snake game from Nokia when Nokia first came out,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
that also was invented in Finland as well. They were on the cusp of that.
Yeah, I couldn't find any Viking game.
Yeah, it's something like it's like a Game of Thrones, but it's something like that. I remember seeing the ads for it on TV, but
Right.
it's one of those. It's Candy Crush-ish, in that world, but not quite.
Fascinating.
I've never been there, man. That'd be kind of a cool place to go to.
That's a bucket list.
All the Nordic areas.
Have you ever been outside the country?
Yeah, Jack, I've been to
outside of the cruise ship
Jack,
stuff.
listen to me. Yes,
You've never been to Finland. Really?
I've never been to Finland.
That's a shocker.
I've been to Canada. It's close.
Is it Clash of the Clans?
It is Clash of the Clans.
There
That's
you go.
exactly
See
what
our
it is.
texting service, 77031.
Yeah.
They're the best.
They are the best.
Clash of the Clans is another one. It was Angry Birds and Clash of the Clans and a couple others, but those were the groundbreakers.
And the snake game.
And the snake game, exactly,
yeah.
on Nokia.
Have you ever been to a Scandinavian country?
No.
Yeah, is that a bucket list for you too?
Sure.
Gonna take your massage gun? We know. All right, 407. Don't put it in your mouth, buddy.
I need a vacation this year. I'm trying to land on one.
Are you going away? Like away?
Well, yeah, I want. Why not?
Have you've been to Europe, right?
Yeah, one time.
Yeah.
Went to Italy.
Yeah. Are you one of those dudes that if you've seen it, you don't go back? Like you've seen it, I don't need to go there anymore?
Buddy, I think it's 10 trips to Jamaica.
Yeah.
I think I'm good to repeat a place. And I want to go anywhere but Jamaica.
I bet.
But you're doing that for your wife because your wife loves Jamaica. You're being a good husband there.
Yeah. She's over it now, too.
No, good. I'm glad to hear that for you.
I was hoping.
All right, let's take a little break. Back in a second here with the Jim Colbert Show. Stay put.
Your 30 seconds of airtime awaits. The TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hoping your ride right now in Orlando is a safe one. The delays do still include the Turnpike northbound approaching Osceola Parkway from US 192 and southbound approaching the Colonial Drive Oakland Exchange exit, as well as I-4 westbound approaching Osceola Polkline Road from Osceola Parkway, as well as eastbound approaching Central Florida Parkway from State Road 536 and approaching World Drive. Right now, also an incident that has 2 lanes blocked eastbound on Colonial Drive near Rouse Road and Oak Ridge Road near Millennia Boulevard. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes. At Jackson Hewitt, expert tax prep is now $149 or less, but only for a limited time. Hurry, book your appointment at jacksonhewitt.com today. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/49-149.
Real estate market trends are a very local thing, guys. You know, market condition and trends vary greatly from one area to another, and that is why you need a team of experts making sure that you're making the right move when it comes to your most valuable asset. That is your home, and that is the Nickley Group. These guys are awesome. It's really almost kind of unfair to other realtors here in Central Florida. They have so many things that they can do to make sure you get the most value for your home. And one of those things is their VIP program. But the other thing is the fact that these guys are the number one seller in almost Central Florida, 4,500 homes sold. That's like one every 9 hours. And they sell their homes for about 6% more than their competitors. And those homes sell twice as fast as their competitors. Not to mention their VIP program, like I was mentioning, free appraisals, free home warranties, free moving trucks and supplies. It just doesn't end there, because on their website, you can actually get a guaranteed cash offer for your home. That means you don't have to go through the showing process or the open house process. None of that drag. And you can get your money in as little as 14 days. It's the NickleyGroup.com. That's NICKLEY Group.com.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on SingleCare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to SingleCare.com or download the free app today.
Spring is here, one of those few times of the year when we can finally open our windows and let the fresh air in. But your old single-pane windows and doors take all the fun out of it, right? Replace them with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen's custom-built, energy-efficient Acclaim Impact windows and doors will not only enhance the beauty and value of your home, but also increase your comfort. Kathy says Renewal by Andersen did a great job, happy with all the work. Take advantage of Renewal by Andersen's 31-day spring sale. Buy one, get one, 40% off replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, zero money down, zero payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Bonus, first 50 callers save an additional $25 per window. Call Renewal by Andersen today for your free design consultation and say bye-bye vinyl. It's simple. Dial pound 250 from your cell phone. That's pound 250. Say the keyword best windows and be connected in seconds. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
The math ain't mathin'. RC Hill here. It's tax season and I'm freaking out. My accountant says I have too many 2024s and they must go. So right now, you could drive for just $10 down. So save your refund, because I'm paying way over appraised value for your trade regardless of miles or condition. And I'll even help you save up to $10,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. Plus at RC Hill Mitsubishi, we're all about affordability. So visit me to drive for just $10 down and save up to $10,000 on the award-winning 2024 Outlander Top Safety Pick 7-passenger SUV, or the Mirage, voted best priced new car in America, started at only $15,900 with rates as low as 0%. Plus, I've got over 200 certified used cars to choose from. But hurry, this deal's done once my accountant says I'm in the clear. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit and $10 down, require bank approval. Example, 2.9 APR for 60 months, $20 per month for $1,000 finance. Offer ends March 31st.
Insurance companies don't want you to hire an attorney so they can pay you pennies on the dollar for your injuries. But I don't cost you a dime unless I get you money. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Don't get pushed around by the insurance companies. Just call Mo.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Speaking of Finland, I heard that you mentioned the Snake game. You realize that Nokia is a Finnish company.
Yep.
Yep, so all those phones that we had back in the day came from Finland.
I'd rather be allergic to everything under the sun other than peanuts. I don't have allergies to trees and oak, and it's bad. My forehead sucks it up, and it makes it real bulgy. But I just don't respond to those allergens.
Jim Colbert and crew, hey, this is Scotty calling you guys from just outside of Wichita, Kansas. And let me tell you, the allergies are crazy here right now. I don't know what it is about this time of year, but every year it's horrible out here. Love you guys, love your show, love listening to you on the iHeart app. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Jimmy, we have another cold front coming in. You were wrong.
Okay, dude.
Love iHeart. Love 104.1.
Yeah.
It's Nick out.
Love you being wrong.
No,
I
not
love
really.
you being wrong, Jim. I don't mind being wrong. It's fine.
I love having my wife yell at me in the background as I'm leaving a talk bag.
Are you ever going to do that tour? Welcome back. I'm Jim, the wrong one. There's Deb.
The right one.
And
Aww.
there's Jack.
Together.
You know what? As I read that stuff about Finland, it is literally custom made for you.
What?
Yeah, Finland.
I know.
You figure there's a forest out there with some kind of tree house or something that you can crawl up in and
drink milk all day? And listen to death metal?
Only come down to go to death metal shows.
Hello. I had a Finnish boyfriend in high school.
Yeah, did you really?
Yeah. He was an exchange student.
Supposed to be nice people. They're very happy up there. Happy again, 9th year or 9th year in a row.
Yeah, very happy.
Did you give him the happy finish?
She has a wry smile on her
didn't.
face. I am not going to ask.
I didn't.
No, yeah.
Jack?
Yeah.
Like I've said before, where's the best place in a girls all-girl high school to go hang out?
Where's that?
The boys' room.
Oh, really? Did he have that an act? Dude, what accent?
Oh, yeah.
What, like, it's like Swedish? Like a...
Kind of.
Yeah.
What was really cool was that he was super into reggae.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they have to, it's mandatory they learn English. I know that. Or at least take 2 years, I believe, as I was reading today in high school.
Yeah, most everyone around.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, but our high school was the only high school that offered German. So if you wanted to take foreign language, if you wanted to take German language, you had to be bused from the boys' school to our school.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
no.
what a classroom of teenage boys we're dealing with when they look through the classroom door and all they see are the pressed faces of teenage girls who've been denied boys the entire school day.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. It was like catnip.
Yeah, I
Like,
can only imagine.
The bus is here, girls. The bus is here.
I can smell
The
it.
bus is here.
It's like new arrivals in prison.
Oh, my God. Yeah, exactly.
What do they call those guys?
Fresh fish.
Yeah, fresh fish.
His name was Joni Huvonen.
Joni Huvonen.
Yeah. Memories.
Joni was a good-looking one, was he?
Yeah, blonde.
Really?
Tall.
Well, he had to be.
Of course. He's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. Whatever happened to him, do you know?
No, I mean, went back to Finland and.
Well, you forgot how to spell his name, so you can't find him.
Well, not really. You'd be amazed how many Huvonens are in Finland.
Really? It's like-
I did
it's like
try looking them
Patels?
up. It was like exactly. It was like, well, that's a useless fight. Yeah, no, I can't. No.
That's great.
Yeah, no.
Well, I learned something new about you every day. Do you drink coffee, by the way?
I love coffee.
Yeah, I don't know that because we don't ever see each other in the morning.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I don't know if you drink coffee or not. I think Jack drinks. You drink like 1 or 2 cups a day, Jack? Like a cup of coffee a day?
Well, he's on the phone, but guess the name of my coffee brand. You're going to love this. It's so on point.
Chock full of nuts?
No, that would be you. Dark Magic.
Dark Magic?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a coffee pot. It's a Keurig. It's
see.
just a really bold, dark roast.
Oh, yeah, I like them
I
bold,
don't
too.
want coffee that looks or tastes like dirty sock water. It has to taste like coffee.
I drink a really strong Italian roast
good.
called Bianca Forte. Yeah, she's
okay.
also very cute. But I think it's one of the strongest Italian roasts they offer for my Nespresso.
Oh, that's right.
And then I drink a Mexican blend for my second cup because it's not as strong and my little tummy can't take it anymore. my little baby tum tum can't take it anymore. After 2 cups, I am like.
The problem is the chicken nuggies are also upsetting his tum tum.
How many cups a day for you, Jackson? too.
Yep.
What brand though?
Oh, Jack drinks Folgers. Trust me when I tell you, it's whatever Aldi has
I was
on
gonna say,
sale.
it's Aldi's brand.
And can I tell you, it's probably Aldi that got dropped on the floor and broken, and then swept back up into the bag.
I think the brand is Beaumont. But
Beaumont?
it is 100% Colombian. I go single source, baby. 100% Colombian coffee.
And my people thank you.
And that's BEAUMOUNT or something like that. Yeah.
But I mean, coffee is part of. I mean, I've been drinking coffee since I was 3, 4.
Yeah. I have not. I only started drinking coffee when I went to mornings. I never was really a coffee guy because the culture where I grew up in the mornings. The adults in my family drink coffee, but I drank sweet tea with breakfast. Back in the days, it was always sweet tea. That's all I drank.
For the longest time, I take my carbonated. I would drink soda in the morning and not coffee.
Yeah, same here. It was sweet tea for us. That's all.
So you mean the house wine of the South?
Yeah, the house wine of the South, right? But when I started working mornings with the Monsters, when we got the morning show, Savannah would come in and she would always have a Starbucks. I was fascinated by it. And I'm like, well, I'm going to go get me a Starbucks. And I went and got it. And it just became completely and utterly addicted to good coffee. I mean, like fully addicted to good coffee.
I used to make the, the little coffee pot where you screw the top and the percolating.
Oh, yeah.
With a good Cafe Bustelo.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I'd brew my coffee every morning before I left from a morning
That's how my grandmother and my mom used to brew theirs all the time.
I love those little coffees.
And
Those
the
are great.
smell.
The smell. And by the way, those are good to have on hand during hurricane season because you can put those on a grill outside and still be able to make yourself some coffee. You don't have to worry about having something with electrical power.
I do the pour over sometimes. Even when I have power or whatever, I'll just put it in a filter, put the coffee in a filter and do the pour over and let gravity kind of pull it through the grounds.
Yeah.
It's good like that.
It is.
And then I have a French press as well. It works great.
I love a good French press, but you have to be careful what grounds you use. If they're too small, they'll just end up floating to the top.
Yeah,
and you
I agree
learn
with
that
that
lesson hard.
And you can get a grinder you can actually, some of the stores, matter of fact, let me ask. What grocery store used to allow, was it Goodings? Where you could go and grind your own coffee?
Oh, yeah.
Was it Goodings or was it, someone Dixie's did that too, did they not?
A lot of supermarkets had it where you'd buy the beans and they had the grinder right there.
Oh, yeah.
Costco has it now.
Do they really?
Absolutely.
Because you can get that coarse grind, right? Because the fine grind's different. That coarse grind, like you were saying, is great for the French press.
Yeah.
If you use any other, you're going to be tasting coffee grounds.
It would always smell so good in that aisle.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, there is nothing in the world like, a Sunday morning when it's cool outside and you wake up and the whole house smells like coffee, man, there is something blanking magical about that. There is something very America about that. And back in the day, it used to be coffee and cigarettes. Because my mom and my aunt would get up and they would start chugging cigs immediately while drinking straight black coffee, like real women.
Texter says Publix used to have the grinder there. I have a little portable one. It's like
like a little. You put it in.
You have to push down.
I have a portable grinder too.
Okay.
Yours has a crank though, doesn't it? I want coffee out of your grinder. I want that coffee. All right, 407-916-1041. So finally, it looks like somebody is proposing some legislation to at least try to curtail some of these people who own these dangerous dogs. Have you seen this? The Florida bill proposes, this is out of Volusia County.
Oh, after that little boy was mauled to death by that pack of dogs.
And actually, it's called the Pam Rock Act, and because of the letter carrier that was killed in 2022.
Oh, my gosh.
And then the little boy that was just killed, 8-year-old Michael Millett, he was also killed, and that's kind of what led Sheriff Chitwood. This is a very Mike Chitwood thing, by the way, who's a great guy if you've never met him. Volusia County Sheriff Mike Chitwood testified before Florida lawmakers Wednesday, which was yesterday, for the Pam Rock Act, which is named after the mail carrier that was killed in a 2022 dog attack. And then, of course, the little boy, and they say as part of that, he never had a chance. The minute those dogs got him, he was 8 years old. What do you weigh at 8 years old? 40 pounds? 50
and there's
pounds?
3 dogs.
3 dogs that weigh as much as him. He did not have a chance. He was fatally attacked by a pack of dogs as well. And what they want, have you heard any of this, by the way?
I haven't.
Yeah. What they want, it's interesting because there are so many questions here. Because how do you determine, because what they're saying is aggressive breeds or aggressive dogs, but how do you determine that? Is it just going to be pit bulls? Because pit bulls seem to be the majority of dogs that wind up in scenarios where they've attacked somebody and either harmed them irreparably or killed them.
See, here, my issue with this is, and I appreciate Sheriff Chitwood's efforts to try and stop these horrific attacks from happening. I think you need to go after the owners of these animals, not the breed of the animals, because in the case of the little 8-year-old boy, the woman who owned those dogs had been cited many times. She has quite the record. Now,
was she actually cited, though? Because I remember
No.
at the time it said neighbors would complain all the time about it, but nothing was done formally. So, like, there was no record.
Right. So she had a criminal record.
Right.
But you're right, Jack. Nobody from the neighborhood actually complained to animal control, so they had no record of her. I think that's a better way to go, because think about it right now. If you have a pet, don't try and get homeowners insurance.
Well, that's kind of what they're going for here, really, and what they're not really
doing that.
They're not really targeting the animal per se.
Okay.
What they're doing is they're using the animal to target the owner per se. That's what's happening. So what they want is to make sure that the owners of dogs identified as dangerous have secure confinement, mandated to securely confine their animals with proper enclosure. So they'll go through an inspection process, I guess, as they get a permit maybe to have an animal of this nature, mandatory confiscation and impoundment if they are out. So your girl, after their dogs were wandering around, they get basically one warning, and after that, they take their animals from them.
God, that's the way it's got to be.
Exactly. And they go through an investigative process to make sure that that's the case, but then afterwards, it's it. They have a statewide dangerous dog registry, which means your dog could be on a registry for either being dangerous. It says here the Department of Ag and Consumer Services is tasked with establishing and maintaining a comprehensive registry of dangerous dogs to facilitate tracking and management. And then liability insurance is going to be required.
Wow, okay.
So they're going to make the owners of these dogs that have been classified dangerous. Now, they don't have a list yet of what those dogs are, but you can pretty much guess what they're going to be.
Yeah, they're your bully breeds, unfortunately.
Your rots, your bully breeds. They must obtain liability insurance to cover addresses when damages occur.
And good luck trying to get liability insurance because you have a, quote, listed dangerous dog.
And then enhanced penalties. So if your dog gets in trouble, as opposed to my little, Shorky, your penalties can be doubled or tripled. The fines can be higher. You could have potential criminal charges in there. So they're really, really, really looking to snap down on these rogue animals with these owners. And I think maybe what they're probably trying to do, Deb, if you kind of look behind this, they're probably trying to thwart people from buying or getting those dogs at all.
And that's what I'm hoping is the case, because they're not going to comply with these rules. But if you hit them hard and you do all of those fines and stuff, it's just going to be like, forget it. It's just not worth it.
Exactly what's going to happen there. Because they're going to make it so difficult and so laborious to own one of these animals. They'll just maybe shift to another breed.
Which is good, because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to go out on a limb and say these are not the best folks who probably aren't taking the best care of their dogs. So why do you have them anyway?
And by the way, they're usually getting them for image anyway.
Of course.
All they're doing is they're getting them to jack them up and walking around with spike collars so they look tough.
Yep. I had a neighbor just like that.
Yeah. It says this woman was not only attacked by a group of 5-part pit bulls, she was dismembered. They took off a leg, they took off an arm, and they took off one of her ears. She was 62 years old. She didn't have a chance.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they took her apart. Like, they took her apart, dude. It was bad news. And then this boy, they don't really talk about the injuries to the boy, but I know that he had also, flesh removed from his body as well from the severity of the bites. So, that's what they're doing here. And if this makes it through, by the way, 16-0 vote so far. Now, one of the big questions is they're not 100% sure how they're going to enforce it, and they have yet to make the list of the dogs that will fall on the bully breed or the dangerous breed registry, which is what's going to happen. I don't know how they're going to determine that. I guess they'll probably get some animal professionals to determine that.
Hopefully that's the way they'll do it. They'll start from the bottom and then go up instead of starting at the top and trying to figure it out.
Absolutely. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Got a couple bangers to follow up with at the end of the show here. A teacher did something that...
I think this one's made national news.
This is a good one. Did you see it already?
I don't know if we're talking about the same one.
Young lady?
From South Florida?
Don't know if it's from South Florida yet.
Okay.
All right. And then the U.S. does finally will tell you what the ranking is on the World Happiness Scale to tell you if U.S. rose in the scale or if we fell in the scale. But
Right.
Back in a sec.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
But I'm a creep.
Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
Hoping your ride right now in Orlando is a safe one. The delays do still include the Turnpike northbound approaching Osceola Parkway from US 192 and southbound approaching the Colonial Drive Oakland Exchange exit, as well as I-4 westbound approaching Osceola Polkline Road from Osceola Parkway, as well as eastbound approaching Central Florida Parkway from State Road 536 and approaching World Drive. Right now, also an incident that has 2 lanes blocked eastbound on Colonial Drive near Rouse Road and Oak Ridge Road near Millennia Boulevard. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477.
This
I'm Brian
report
Black.
is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Let Express Employment Professionals help you hire for contract or full-time jobs. Forget about recruiting, sifting through resumes, and interviews with unqualified applicants. Go to ExpressPros.com to find the location near you. That's ExpressPros.com.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here to tell you about my friends over at FAS Exteriors. These guys are awesome. I've hired them a couple times now to install windows and doors in my homes here in Central Florida. They are awesome. Not only are the products that they carry the best out there, but they're installers, man. I mean, total craftsmen. Their expert team of window and door installers will make the entire project seamless from measurement to the very final inspection. They've been doing this since 2005, guys, and FAS has earned their spot as Orlando's top-rated window and door experts. Upgrade your home today with a team that delivers excellence. Visit FASWD.com and trust the leader in windows and doors.
Core Flooring Center in Winter Park is the go-to destination for flooring. Visit coreflooringfl.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Awards celebrated the music and artists you've loved listening to all year on iHeartRadio. Brought to you by Jeep.
It's now streaming on Hulu for a limited time.
Bad Bunny,
Billie Eilish,
Glorilla,
Kenny Chesney,
Money Long,
Nelly,
your host, LL Cool J,
plus Lady Gaga,
Mariah Carey,
Gracie Abrams,
and iHeartRadio's Tour of the Century Award, honoring Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Streaming now on Hulu.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit CrushYard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Total Wireless is made to totally keep up with you. We have unlimited data that never slows you down, covered by the Verizon 5G network, and all for less than $30 a month when you get 4 lines. And the best part, we give you a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G when you switch to the 5G Unlimited or 5G Plus Unlimited plan. Visit your local Total Wireless store today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see TotalWireless.com.
I'm Rebecca. I was injured in a car accident and hired one of the big TV law firms. They sent me to an injury clinic that I felt just wanted to make money off me. I needed an attorney and doctors who cared about me. I called attorney Glenn Klausman, and he helped me get the best doctors who really helped me. I was extremely pleased with my settlement. He also got me $10,000 for vet bills for my dog that was injured in the accident, and he did that for free. Call attorney Glenn Klausman at 407-917-1718. Glenn Klausman, Office, Winter Park.
This is Ben Bullen from Stuff They Don't Want You to Know.
Future Health connects you with licensed doctors who specialize in GLP-1 treatments, along with support from a trusted network of over 6,000 providers and pharmacies nationwide.
Just go to tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com and find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes.
TryFH.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Brought to you by the Capital One Venture X card. As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to bring you closer to the athletes you love. Literally, with premium travel benefits from the Capital One Venture X card. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when booking on Capital One Travel and access to airport lounges worldwide. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
I know what you're going to say. I'm not the type to sue. I get it. But you also weren't at fault. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't ask to be injured. You didn't ask for these medical bills. And you didn't ask for your car to be smashed up. Want to fight to hold them accountable? Just call Mo.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in.
Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-777-1979. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1979. That's 800-777-1979. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
No payments till 2026. It's Savings Mania at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Gents and gentettes, I don't know if this will make your stomach turn, but when I was in high school and even when I worked in morning television, getting up at 3 o'clock every morning, similar to what Jimmy did, my morning breakfast was always a red Gatorade and a cold, unfrosted strawberry Pop-Tart.
Oof.
Breakfast of champions.
Ugh.
It's hardcore.
And a toaster dough?
I just switched my days off back to Sunday so I could enjoy my Sunday morning coffee with a little yacht rock on
Very
Real
nice.
Radio 104.1.
There you go.
I missed it.
Perfect pairing. Perfect pairing. Some yacht rock from Jack Bradshaw and his first mate, NaomiBradshaw.com. Little cup of strong coffee with a touch of half and half and a crossword puzzle and a nice cigar.
That's what we're drinking during the show.
That's right, dude. For sure. My when I had my print shop, and I was actually before I bought it for my dad, when I worked for my dad, there was a 7-Eleven across the street. So for a while there, my standard breakfast was a one of their chili cheese hot dogs off that roller, a roller dog, and a big gulp. And let me tell you something, by noon, holy ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Man, it was not good. Man, those things, I got to tell you, they're so good, though. There's nothing in the world like a good hot dog, but man, you can just feel the death creeping in as soon as you eat it. It is, I think, genuinely, I think it's the worst thing you can eat. I think it is the worst singular food you can put in your body is a hot dog.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Just loaded up with triglycerides and nitrates and salt.
You don't know what we call them in Wisconsin.
I've heard it from you, but it will not stop me from. I'll still get it.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like everything in moderation. I think if you eat one a month, you should be fine. But I mean, I probably don't eat 3 hot dogs a year. I'm serious, I don't. But boy, my son, oh God. My son, because we all have these cravings. My son will crave chili cheese dogs.
Oh yeah,
and I will make a chili cheese dog, and I don't make the chili like from scratch. I buy that canned chili, the Hormel one with no beans. It's damn good. I doctored a little bit with some cayenne and some extra chili powder and cumin to make the flavor a little bit stronger. Of
course you do.
But with some fresh cut white onion, not yellow, white onion, and chili and a little bit of cheese, not too much. Jeez Louise, dude. On a potato roll,
Get out.
Where it's almost chewy.
Oh, I love potato rolls.
God, so good. You crush like a couple of those, that'll hold you for 6 months.
Yeah, there you go.
When it comes to your hot dog thing there. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well. No, by the way, this wasn't a South Florida story, so I'm glad you haven't heard it yet.
Okay.
I literally got this right before we came on the air, and I was super happy because I know your investigatory sniffing hadn't gotten to it yet.
Well,
now we've heard of some we've heard of some we've heard of some teachers doing some sketchy stuff. Have we not?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
sleeping with their students.
Oh yeah, Jack, that's one of them. And this continues that trend. There is a twist, however.
Okay.
Would you like to hear the story?
Yeah.
Teacher from Indiana is facing a series of child sex abuse charges. She's female, 31 years old, and actually not a bad-looking woman. Here she is, right here. Look, there you go.
Ew.
I mean, that's her.
No, I know, but it's the
that's
charges she's facing.
That's her mugshot.
I know,
Ew.
but ew, with
Gross.
what she's accused of.
She looks like she has on prison makeup. Okay, so she allegedly had a very specific scenario that she wanted to live out with a few of her students. 3 of them, let's say. So she talked to him. She's a teacher there at Eminence High School. She's facing charges of child molestation, sexual misconduct with a minor, dissemination of a matter harmful to minors, and more, for allegedly sexually abusing multiple children that she met at 2 different schools last year. The court document goes into detail about the activity. I'm laughing. It's sad. I should not be laughing because it is super funny. Don't get me wrong. It is what she did is crazy funny. It's not funny because she sexually abused some kids, and of course they're going to have to deal with this for the rest of their life. This chick is married, by the way. So a 13-year-old who actually, when they, obviously what happens with these things is these guys can keep their mouth shut.
Right.
And, wound up spilling the beans, told a police officer that the woman picked him and 2 of his friends up, brought them hundreds of dollars worth of stuff, and then they went back to their house. She dosed them with magic mushrooms and then made them dress up in scream masks, and they had an orgy.
Wow.
She got them high on mushrooms and then wanted a gangbang where these kids were dressed up in Scream masks and the whole black thing. So they're dressed up like the character in Scream.
Okay, I'm going to reiterate my ew.
It went on for 2 hours, which is impressive for a 13-year-old.
Well, I mean, reload.
Yeah, not to mention he's just teeming with mushrooms as well.
Exactly.
I don't know what effect that has on your stamina, Jack. Does it help or hurt? Do we know?
The mask?
Yeah, mushrooms.
No, the mushrooms, not the scream mask, Jack.
I've done one.
I was going to say, it's funny that you have an answer for both.
I know. That's the best part.
I can only speak to one. And I don't know about the mushrooms.
Yeah. I said the 14-year-old said that they drugged him on one occasion. Here's the other scary part. The woman who's the teacher is actually friends with the parents of 2 of the kids.
Oh, no.
And they actually go over and hang out sometimes. So she used her relationship kind of, sort of with, by the way, Jack has got her picture up on JimColbertLive.com if you want to check it out. And Jack has her, she had a relationship with 2 of the kids' parents. And she was married. The guy she was married to took his Instagram page down, of course, because that's embarrassing. But there she is right there. And there's another picture, Jack. I think if you scroll up, it shows her in more of a not
mugshot kind of way.
Not mugshot kind of way. No, they don't have that picture up there. Here's what she looks like without the mugshot, Deb.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Bertha.
Yeah, crazy.
She's 31 and the boys are 13.
13 and 14. It doesn't say what the other one is. I think
there were 5 to choose from.
Well, it was 3.
Well, the article out of People said it was 5 groups, 5 young boys.
No, it says here 3 kids wear scream masks during the sex.
Well, maybe the other 2 were the fluffers.
Yeah, maybe so. Is it bad to be saying something like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll move on.
Well, if it was a guy and girls, I don't think it would be as jokey and fun.
Yeah, it wouldn't be, and that's wrong, 100% wrong. Yeah, several individuals say that Brittany befriended their parents and has a son their age. So she also has a 13 or 14-year-old. There's the picture there if you want to check it out.
She just blew up everybody's life.
Yeah, she
did. You
did.
know what I mean? She blew up her marriage. She blew up her son's experience.
Yeah.
Those 5 boys are either going to be the subject of ridicule or they're going to, I don't know.
She'll have to change her name. They'll have to move and change her name because she's going to jail. I mean, she'll be in jail 15, 20 years for sure.
Her husband's going to have to move and take their kids to another state just to get away from the gawking eyes of neighbors.
Unbelievable, man.
Like, you couldn't get your kinks anywhere else? You couldn't tell your husband, hey.
I don't get that, man.
I don't either.
That's the thing is, like, I guess with guys, I don't get either one of them. And for some reason, like Jack was saying, there is this weird double standard when it comes to these kind of crimes. It seems more nefarious when men do it to young girls than it does
that's
when
violation of rape. And when it's the opposite, you're like, attaboy.
That's the problem.
I don't have the attaboy mentality, but it doesn't seem as criminal for some reason. And there's
or
no way to explain
damaging,
it.
or is violating.
Because it doesn't seem as predatory, I guess.
But it is.
But there's no question it is.
It is.
But it just doesn't come off as predatory for some reason. And look, I don't know what that is, and I probably need therapy for this.
No, I think a lot of it just has to do with the mentality behind coming of age and becoming a sexual being, right? Girls, you have to protect. Boys, go and do your thing.
Right, yeah, sure, yeah.
Go and do your thing. And so, I mean, Hot for Teacher, I mean, there's been
yeah.
songs forever
Well,
about
movies. Mrs. Robinson, is that what it is?
Exactly. So there's always been this perpetuation in American media and entertainment that it's a young man coming of age. Right?
Yeah.
Whereas for a girl, it's,
Yeah. You were a victim. You were
he's a predator to you.
Yeah, they don't come off like, for some reason, 14-year-old boys who get to do stuff like that with a girl with her friends, it doesn't come off predatory like it is,
Exactly.
but it is way predatory.
I mean,
she straight up drugged them.
She drugged him, and you could pretty much say, even though they took part in it, because they were altered, I mean, that could be rape.
Yeah, sure, it could be.
Because they can't give consent if they've been dosed and didn't know they were being dosed.
And at that point in your life as a young boy, I mean, as a young man, as you're coming into your own, puberty-wise, or Mexico came in number 10.
Wow.
On the happiest countries in the world. Costa Rica is number 6. Now, I don't know much about Costa Rica. I know that they're there for a while, and I know that Jim Phillips used to go. Jim used to go to Costa Rica, right? And Belize?
No, he went to I forget where, Ecuador.
Ecuador?
Went to. Yeah, I went to Costa Rica.
You went to Costa Rica,
yeah.
And wasn't there a hot minute there where it was a big thing that expatriates were kind of moving to Costa Rica and Americans were retiring there?
That is a big thing there.
It's still a thing.
Yeah,
I thought about it. It's great.
You can live on Social Security.
Yeah, for sure. Finland number 1. Look, let me tell you something. The Scandinavian areas have killed this.
Oh yeah.
How many Scandinavian countries do you think are in the top 5?
5.
All of them.
Yeah.
Finland, Denmark, Iceland, Sweden, the Netherlands.